Hello, welcome back to Dice Ministry and our Wednesday night show, Crit Chicks, where I DM some Dungeons and Dragons for these usually 6, but 5 of the ladies tonight. Unfortunately, our Sheridan is ill, so send her some love, but hopefully she's back next week. But anyway, picking right up, we are going to go through some announcements real fast before we start the game. To start off, Danny.
Hi, my name is Danny. I host our Monday show every Monday at 1 p.m. Arizona time, Mondays with Ministry, where we paint minis, and sometimes, eventually, I'll have a guest again. And
She paints minis.
Yeah, the royal we, me, myself, and I. So we do stuff over there like painting minis and playing games and whatever else we feel like doing on Mondays. And then I also am an independent streamer on my own channel, Debug351, same as my Instagram down below, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, noon and 7 p.m. And then sometimes I toss other days in there. Our big thing right now is building houses in Sims based off of real blueprints, and it's maddening. I spent 12 hours on one house.
Sounds like fun to me.
And it's only a third of the way done.
It's almost like actually building something takes a while.
So you can go join me over there. Cute.
Awesome. So, and then from there, we're going to go over to Ashley, KT, and Melissa.
Hello, I'm Ashley.
Yes,
I make these beautiful dragon sacks. They hold lots of dice. This is about a half pound of dice in here. And I also make beautiful dragon eggs that hold probably 2 pounds. I don't know.
Let's do the test one.
Yeah. Buy them on my Etsy shop and test it out. I do custom orders. I also do scale mail jewelry. My shop is dragonsack1word.etsy.shop.com.
Oh, and then I have a shop too. Yay. So my shop is Geek Me Up Scotty. Just geekmeupscotty.etsy.com, and I do assorted dice items. So cufflinks, earrings, necklaces, randomness, always posting new things, slowly but surely. So yes.
Hi, I'm Melissa. My Etsy page is The Chic Fae, the CHICFUI. I make custom wire-wrapped elf ears as well as, I gotta do that, guys, woo! As well as other dice jewelry. I am working on Hogwarts house earrings with D8s hanging off of them right now, plus all sorts of other random. I just came out with this really nice kind of gothic-inspired D20 choker.
Pretty badass.
It is pretty badass. I'll be making more. Check it out. And if you use the code Dice Ministry, all one word, on any of our Etsy pages, you will receive 10% off.
Nice. And then kick it over to Stephanie.
What's up, guys? So after you check out these lovely shops, make sure you go check out our partners at Dungeon Depth Stock Store. They've got all of our Dice Ministry merch, so t-shirts, beanies, hats, socks, whatever the heck you need. They also have some really cool merch themselves. They do these really cool character sheets, and they've got stickers. Just go check them out. They're really cool stuff. Also, if you don't know yet, we are running a giveaway. So when we get to 500 followers, one of our lucky winners
On Instagram.
will get a Dice Ministry t-shirt and some Dice Ministry stickers. So make sure you go follow us, like the giveaway post, and then tag some of your friends. Let them know what's up.
Yep. Awesome. Anything else?
Is it?
All right. Well, in that case, let's pick right back up. So, what happened last time?
Nothing of importance. Nothing at all.
So,
We just had
We
a
kicked the shit out of some people.
We got the shit kicked out of us.
We kicked the shit out of us.
so last flip for heroes.
Surprisingly.
You all defended yourselves from a group of dragonborn-like creatures. You fought them, killed them, with some help from you all. You all managed to survive, and afterwards, you pilfered their bodies, sought refuge in a small cluster of trees sitting off kind of the side of this. You're still in this big depression in the ground where these waterfalls just pour into it, and you rested. Yoon took off and looked at dragon heads. These carvings sticking out of the waterfall. You all divvied out loot, and Yavanna attuned to a sword hilt that was being carried by one of the dragonborn creatures, and said its command word, asunder. And this red, radiant energy poured forth from the hilt, and as you looked upon it in awe, a voice spoke to you. And that is where we're going to pick right back up. So, you all are sitting in this low cluster of trees. Mist is still pouring in from all around you, but it's not as oppressive. It's not as damp outside. As you all sit and kind of, you're just taking the rest, patching yourselves up from the fight, Yavanna, you hear her speak the word asunder as this light, this red light appears from this blade. And Yavanna, you hear the words, you no longer need them. I'm your only weapon.
In her noggin or out loud?
And your noggin.
Did it tell me to do something else, or did it just say you don't?
Yeah.
It said.
He said, yeah, I am your only weapon.
Is anybody looking at me?
No, I'm probably trying to skin the leather off of the dragon tails. I'm still trying to figure out what the heck I got.
Did the sword light up?
It did. It's like
Yeah.
red glowing.
That's
In
how-
that
that's
case,
how-
I would have
that's
looked over, yeah.
Yeah.
It would have caught our attention, I think.
Yes.
I would have glanced, but that would have been
I think I figured this sword out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So it just lights up? Is it sharp?
Can I do an insight
he
to
hit
see
you
if
with it,
something's
didn't
off?
Sure.
Did he hit me with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it and just. Is there some sort of foliage around me?
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Okay.
16.
16. Yavanna hard to read.
Yavanna hard to read.
Yavanna
hard to read.
Yeah. Just with your passive
Mhm.
deception, right? Not really getting much.
Okay.
But yeah, you swing and you hit like a bush. You swing and it cuts through it, and you all see it cut through. But as the branches fall off, you notice that the branches, they kind of wilt and die where it was cut.
Interesting.
Is that normal for a sword?
I mean, does this look normal to you?
I mean, I'm sure it's normal for a magic sword, but like.
We'll have to go over
Well,
like
doesn't
investigate.
Nasara have a magic sword?
Make a check.
I'm gonna take a step back and I'm, in my mind, just going to say, what? Hello?
I am your only weapon. You need no others.
I'm gonna just set it down for a second.
Okay.
Is it still lit
It's
up?
still lit up, and it's
Mhm.
I mean, it's the shape of a sword. That's normal, right?
Yeah, no, it's totally.
What was I rolling for?
nature check.
I'm picking up random stuff and aiming it at the sword to see what happens when it lands on the sword.
As you do, it hits, and if it's small enough, it just burns away. It seems to like wilt and just turn to dust.
You sure it couldn't have been the Marcana check?
Well, you're looking at the
You're looking at the
bushes
bushes.
themselves,
Yeah, but the
so
effect from the sword.
what would an Arcana check have been?
An Arcana check would have been a 12.
12.
No, sorry, a 13.
13. I mean, it looks like it was either
Okay.
burnt or withered and died
Okay.
where it was cut.
Could I find a sizable rock, like maybe about yay big, and then walk over to the
I'm gonna
sword?
grab the sword.
I was just that her stuff just went. I was
Yeah.
curious to see what the.
Asunder. And
Disappears.
I'm gonna stick it like in.
I was
My
gonna try.
boots.
Okay.
Well, that sword has hit her and been fine. I think she's harder than a little rock.
You're pretty tough-headed. How about we'll just, let's. I think we have somewhere to go. Are you guys done with your short rest?
No, I still have one more thing I wanted to do.
We'll the sword when it's like
We're
more.
gonna be like, hey, Nasara, your sword is magic and lights on fire. Does it do that? And just
She says no.
yeah,
But the Sara's sword is a sword.
yeah, it's an
It-
actual
it-
sword, but still, it's a magical sword because some people made comics about magical weapons. Again,
But, all right, put the rock down.
I already threw it.
Okay.
Hey, didn't you find a ring?
Oh yeah, this thing.
What does it do?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
I found the ring too.
What does it do?
All I
Which
remember-
ring is it? You have the one with the
The
bird on it.
hummingbird ring, yes.
I just remember that mine has a possibility of deflecting back spells.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
mirror ring.
Yeah. And so we had been debating who was going to be best for that, whether it might be this one
So you
or
guys have
even
some more
Nasara.
things to do?
Yes.
I'm gonna just rest a little bit. I'm gonna take a little nap. You guys let me know when you're. I'm gonna go close my eyes but not take a nap. I'm gonna talk to this sword whenever you guys are done
Okay.
doing your thing.
Okay. So, hang on a second. I think I have it right here. Oh no, it's
Well,
back.
I'll still salty, so she got a repeat of what she already fucking had.
I roll on random tables.
You
Sometimes.
did
Sell that and buy more cool things.
Again, I'm not using the thing that I got. Nasara isn't using the thing that she got.
Yeah, well, we did swishy switches, and I tried, but nobody else can use mine.
So shouldn't you be able to like put it into your current wand and just make it like doubly powerful? Isn't that how it works? Like leveling up weapons? Totally. Yeah.
Just what, touch the tips together?
I guess I could give it to Seagal.
Well, one would open up to receive the other, obviously.
Yeah.
Like the Zara
I
stuff.
could give it to
Yeah.
Seagal, and he could just have a permanent like backup wand for the item on the ship.
That's
Just
true.
like that, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I'm
it would
sure he'd be
probably
happy to
more
not have
So,
to
are you
use
attuning
both of
to it, or what are you doing?
I would be more interested in attuning to the staff than the ring.
Okay. So you learn nothing about the ring.
Okay.
You know it's a pretty ring with a cool hummingbird on top of it.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. So what did I learn about the wand?
The rod.
It's pretty. It's a rod.
I think you.
So you attune to the rod.
Yes.
It's the rod of absorption.
Oh, she's talking about the ring ascending? Okay.
While holding this rod, you can use a reaction to absorb a spell that is targeting you, only you, and not with an area of effect. The absorbed spell's effect is cancelled, and the spell energy, not the spell itself, is stored in the rod. The energy has the same level as the spell when it's cast. The rod can store up to 50 levels of energy over the course of its existence. Once the rod absorbs 50 levels of energy, it can't absorb more. If you are targeted by a spell that the rod can't store, the rod has no effect on that spell. When you come attuned to the rod, you know how many levels of energy the rod has absorbed over the course of it. Right now it's got 6 levels in it. So basically, you absorb spell slots, and you can use those stored spell slots to cast spells.
That's
I
badass.
am legitimately just imagining now at this point with you having your prayer beads and you having this rod, you're gonna have so many things stored on you, you're gonna go down and the world is just going to implode.
Yeah.
Right? All the spell slots.
Right?
So it's
Nice.
when you add it on, it'll tell you, but it's up to a 5th level.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
And yeah,
Nice. Okay, cool.
but you can't cross over your spell slots with it. So you can only use 5 slots from the wand to cast a 5th level spell.
So basically, what I'm hearing is that at the end of the day, if you don't have any spells in there that you want to use, you ask one of the spellcasters, hey, cast a spell on me.
Shoot something at me.
Let me grab it, and then you go to sleep and you get your spell slots back and we have a saved spell.
I mean, yes, obviously.
Of course, right?
Cool. So I'll do that, and then right before we leave, I do want to take out my tarot cards,
Okay.
and I want to cast augury.
Okay.
You have tarot cards too? Where do those come from?
She bought them from from one of my crazy shop people.
Right about my spider.
Yeah. Your little mechanical spider.
Damn it.
Every time I read
Alright. So I'm just looking up augury here. So
So I'll do it right before we leave, so that I can have like the max of the 30 minutes. So it doesn't have to be like in
Okay.
sequence with what anything everybody else does, but
What are you casting?
augury. And I'm trying to figure out
Yeah.
about the temple that we're about to go into.
okay. Okay, sounds good. So before that happens,
Yeah, I'm just gonna lean back and close my eyes, and I'll be like, "Who are you? Are you there?"
Oh my god, it's me, Margaret.
It's me. I'm just kidding. I'll pull it out and I'll hold it in my hand. I'll just say, "Asunder."
it,
Just kind of looking around, one eye open.
Just kind of glance at you.
Oh,
Okay.
if I'm not doing anything else, I'd go and just sit down and stare at the sword.
and
I was-
it
yeah.
radiates light.
And
So
then again, I'll be like, "Who are you?"
I am Vefa.
I'm sorry, who?
Vefa.
Are you trapped in this sword?
I am the sword.
Sure. How's it going? I don't. This is the first time. I've never talked to a sword before. Are you used to talking to creatures?
As long as you serve the purpose.
Oh, Hades. What purpose is that? I mean, refresh my memory. There's so many purposes. Please, Becca.
To rend from the sky the gods.
Oh shit. Friend from the sky, the gods. Right, yes, that purpose. And is there a certain way that I'm supposed to go about doing this?
Drive me into their hearts.
Into who? Into whose hearts again, Becky?
The gods.
Oh, and then kill them. Okay. And why don't you want me to have any other weapons besides you?
Why would you want any other but me?
I mean, I just met you, and you're moving a little fast here. What do you have to offer me?
Better. Faster than what you own.
Stronger?
What you own is weak. What you own is petty
I just look down at
compared
my walkie-talkie like, oh.
compared to what I am. You and I, as one, will be greater than anything you could ever wield.
Okay. Is this like what kind of relationship are we talking about here between you and I?
You have wielder, I have weapon.
Right, and that's it, no small print.
There's no response.
Yeah, I will let you know as soon as I am close to serving this purpose asunder. And I just stick it back in my boot.
So after she said, I'm gonna go lie down, then lay down, supposedly taking a nap, turned on her sword, looked down at her wakizashi, stopped. So I would have just continually scooted closer and closer and closer until I was sitting next to you.
And I'll be like,
Not the same thing, but I'm just did I notice her lips move? Or did I notice any expression changes on her face?
Make an insight check. Make an insight check.
and none of that was out loud,
Yeah, it was
But
all.
how good are you at just keeping it in your head?
Pretty damn good.
Your negative one's not doing its job.
I didn't rub it yet.
There you go.
Rub it out.
Yeah, you rub it.
Not good. And I'll just be like, oh, hey.
I thought you were taking a nap.
You know, I shut my eyes for a little bit. It's just there's so much noise with these waterfalls, and I think we should probably get going soon.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I take naps with weapons sometimes too. It's fine.
I mean, my weapon's always on me now. You know, I got this weird hilt of this weird, shiny red thing.
Yeah. What are you gonna call your shiny red extendo sword thing?
I don't know that I've ever named a weapon before, so,
You don't name your weapon?
I mean,
How long have you had your wakizashi?
a while.
And you haven't named her.
Is that something that I'm supposed to do?
I
do
vote
it.
I vote Beulah.
Beulah?
Luella
Yeah.
does not name her weapons. This is.
Well, your weapons are your claws. They're
Luella has an X-swag.
they're baby Luelles.
Yeah, but how often do you use your X-Lag in
Well-
comparison to your claws?
Why do you name your weapons?
Yeah.
Because I name everything.
Because it's with you all the
Everything?
time.
What else have you named?
Police, clearly.
What are their names? It's a little personal. You brought it up.
Did
You asked the name
Did
of my
I?
weapon.
No, I didn't. I just asked if you had named it.
Well, what,
Luella's gonna like.
what are their names? I'd like to meet them.
Look out.
This whole time, Nassar is sitting just
Yeah.
watching all of you, this
Would-
big smile on her
Would
face.
you mind sharing? the
Maybe I'll
names?
introduce you two later.
Yeah. I'm like, I can almost guarantee you that Nassar has named like every single antler.
Yeah. I think we should probably get going though.
Yeah,
I think we've rested long enough.
Just hang on. I'll pull
Okay.
up. I just want to do one last thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Put all my. You guys need to pull out my deck of cards and start laying them out.
What are you doing?
I looked up the spell and it still doesn't make sense to me.
I just picked these up at the last shop that we were at and want to see if they work or not.
I'm gonna sit down and watch you.
Okay.
I'm gonna start at one. I don't know how this works.
So,
Like this. Yes, clearly.
Sprinkling them with magic.
so as you're kind of
Or something.
as you're kind of reading the cards, casting the spell, what you get is the sense that nothing's really good or bad. There's no. It's a neutral outcome.
Okay.
You get a sense of a neutral outcome from the cards.
That's better than bad. So you guys will see me and I will literally say, oh, well, that's better than bad, and we'll start putting them away.
What's better than
Yeah,
bad?
what's better than bad?
The cards? They're neutral.
So it's that is better than bad.
So they're neutral?
Well, they're telling me that there's nothing good or bad in there. So I guess it could go either way, but it's not pointedly bad, which is good.
Do your cards have a name too? Did they tell you their name?
No, they're not alive. I tend to anthropomorphize things. I haven't
Do
named them yet.
they talk to you? Like, do you hear them in your head?
Wait,
No, I just
are
read
these
the
are these
results.
like
Do
are
you
these
guys
like,
hear
like
things in your
the sticks?
Look,
Oh,
what
look,
kind
do
of
not.
things?
Yeah, we don't like things talking to us in our heads. They tend to be evil. Like
Yeah.
Well has a scary old man. Old man. So old we do not know
In your
name.
head?
Old God.
he was. I cured her of that.
No, he's back. He
What?
came back. But
Well,
he's
he did.
just
Then he
kind
left
of
again.
quiet.
Oh yeah, that thing.
So-
we have to find the special
That scary
God-killing
lady,
blade.
that scary nice lady is just tour so
Bad.
Right, we have to find the God-killing blade to like sever the ties.
Yeah, a shard or whatever.
They talked into my head when she was on my head.
Yeah. And
Yeah, see, also
and that was
evil.
also bad.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh
What?
just
Are you serious?
just a little laugh.
Like, Luana's tail poops. This is why we do not talk. Luana's walking out of our other area.
Yeah, I'm gonna go after you. I'm also not approaching you, but I'm just like, it's time to go. Let's go.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have two DM questions.
Mhm.
One is who has the letter that we found?
I
Or
What if
Oh,
you
yeah,
I thought
do?
you gave it back. I mean, I don't care. You can have it.
No, I thought I had it.
well,
last,
it was
but it
more
doesn't
just because it's kind of a this well, I'll get to that in a second. The second was when I was scouting out the dragon
Mhm.
statues, did I get to scout out the immediate area as well, or was I just checking the statues?
So
Now that I rewatched the episode, I think.
you probably you probably got to see two statues. This is a very big
Yeah.
area that you're in.
Okay.
So I'll probably say you probably got to see two statues of one that's a chromatic dragon, one that's a metallic dragon, which was a copper dragon. You were looking to see if it was similar to Zuthra. And it was similar, but not exactly the same.
She drew a mustache on it.
Drew,
Yeah.
drew a mustache. Yep.
Because he would appreciate that.
But that's really the general area. You haven't really searched by the tabernacle or the other side of the falls. But the general area, you kind of got a good lay of the land. And it looks like there are some patches of land that kind of stick up out of the water, but most of it is just like knee to thigh deep water, depending on your height.
So, two things. One, does anybody have any desire for this ring, or shall I just wear it for now? I can't use it.
I mean, if you need you only have 3 fingers. Luau has 12 fingers. She's got space. Luau can hold it for you.
Well, it's for whoever can use it.
What does it do?
What does it do?
It's a mirror ring basically. It has the possibility of deflecting back spells that are cast on you.
Well, I mean, you could use it.
I have too many things tuned. Because that has to be attuned, right? Yeah.
Luau has room there. Oh no, Luau does not. Luau can unattune from an unattune.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I mean,
Yes.
you if
Wait,
you
so
want
how
it.
many things are you
just
attuned to right now then? Just the sword?
And I kind of like hold up another ring.
Ooh. So you have a sword and what's your other ring do?
It, you know, makes me a little bit harder to hit.
That's nice.
Yeah,
She's just
my
kind of
armor.
squishy.
Yeah.
So I don't have
Okay,
much.
yeah, have a ring.
I kind of look at Luell as I take it.
Well, if we find any pretty rings that don't require attunement, you are more than welcome to them.
Luau wants all of the rings. Luau wants to be able to use them. Why would Luau fill up all 12 fingers with use this ring? Luau already has
You have
one.
to tune to 12 rings.
Luau can change her mind for the day. Luau can attune and unattune.
So,
I'll take the hummingbird ring off my finger.
No, Luau does not want your pity ring.
Well, I can't use it. I'm already attuned to too many things.
Fine.
twist her arm.
No.
So,
Okay.
I will attune to it later.
Yes.
Since nobody wanted to have this discussion at the beginning of the
I
fest.
don't know the exact name. It's
What's the
something
name of
like
the
a
ring
mirror
she gave me?
The mirror ring.
Oh,
of
ring
reflection?
of yeah, blah 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 blah.
Ring
Ring
of
of reflection.
Ring up, blah, blah,
As soon as I can talk again. Too many R's in one sentence.
Ring
I'm
of
all fucked
reflection,
up.
you sure about that?
Yeah.
So, and then just another thing, this letter does mention a lot of traps that might have been left inside this tabernacle, so we
I
might.
said that there might be traps.
Yeah, but it's
So
just.
we should maybe assume that there are.
So traps are neutral. I mean, there's nobody standing there doing it necessarily. It's just on its own. It's a mechanism.
So we'll just be very
so
careful.
does
Nasara, you stay in the back.
Yes.
Or in the very
Who's
middle.
really good at checking for things like? Okay.
Yeah, the two of us.
You both want to go? You 3 want to go first?
I mean, I'm probably the
I
least
use my
squishy out of
gloves.
all of us.
I use my gloves for that, right?
I'll go in the back.
yes.
Cool. So I have a plus 11.
To investigation?
No,
to your-
my
Ring
trap stuff.
ring of spell turning.
Okay.
okay.
No, I have plus 8.
Okay, yeah.
Stealth is the one that's
Yeah,
really
I have
scary. Sleight of hand is up there.
so +7 on mine.
Yeah, so Luell and I can go up front. I'll
no,
shield
plus
you
10.
from anything that might come our way. And Nasara can take up
We
The
are
rear.
also very sneaky, so we can go
Yeah,
ahead.
So
and
I am sneaky. I also have a +10 to do like.
Yeah, that's a better idea. I'll stay in the middle.
What is it to disable and check for traps?
Check is investigation. Disable is sleight of hand.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go like
Investigation is
middle.
not great, but
I'll do the usual, take up the rear then.
One question, because I need to clarify before I do this. My thieves' tools.
Mm-hmm.
Do those count towards just lockpicking or also disabling traps?
Also disabling traps.
Okay, cool. And yeah, it is the +10. Cool.
Nice.
I want to put the ring on. We just let me know when I'm attuned to it. How long it'll be.
Takes an hour.
So ish. When an hour should go by.
Okay.
Right, so everybody's somewhat healed up.
oh yeah, I guess we'll.
Yeah, I used a lot of hit dice, so I'm back at full.
Did you guys use the
Because somebody
extra for
did-
me?
What
I
are
did
yeah.
on the
that?
rest.
I used my-
D6.
Yeah.
Six?
Yeah,
How many
it should
do
be
I
6.
have? I have
5.
6 and 5.
6.
Yep.
6.
1 per level.
One for
Per
level.
level.
Plus my.
Yeah, because she did
But it's Song
the.
of Rest. Everybody gets
Oh.
an extra d6.
Disease.
Cuckoo.
Sinking. Like, I still got plenty of potions, but I'd rather like hang on to those in a moment where I
Speaking of which, I only have one potion at the moment. Does anybody have some extra that I could take?
Yeah, yeah. Would you like one or two?
You're a hoarder.
I have 9.
How about? Well, you're the one who makes them. You need to be in charge of passing them out. I'd say go ahead and give me 2, just because, like, in the last level, I didn't even use mine. I just spent it to Raksha.
Okay.
So since I'm very speedy, I can kind of get around the field and use them to people.
Bean.
Let's say we're walking
Take
into this.
two.
Yeah. So ahead.
Add one more. I'll give you one of mine.
Why?
Because she used one of hers on me.
It's fine.
But now
How many do
I
you have?
I have 4.
Oh shit.
What'd you get for?
She hoards them. She likes to go down.
I don't
people feed them to her?
You've been sneaking residual? But it's
I don't use them. They just stay in my bag. They're so pretty.
Okay, so
I
I
don't go down often.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, and I think you'd give.
Even
I think
more.
you've also given her
Yeah, you gave
a
us
couple
a couple
times.
more before.
Yeah.
So,
We walk in.
so you all wade through the water towards this tabernacle, this 2-story building. It's not 20 feet. It's probably 40 to 60 feet tall with the dome that's at the top of it, and it's dual layered. But as you approach, the closer you get, the more erosion that you see on the outside of it. There are windows all around it. It's kind of it's probably at one point a white stone, but now it's grayed and aged. But as you get close, you don't see any doors on the lower level, but you do notice that there is a stairwell that kind of spirals up to behind it, to the second floor.
About how big around is the tabernacle?
Altogether, so probably from like
So like diameter?
from side to side, yeah, diameter. Thank you. Is probably 80 feet
Okay.
side to side.
Okay. And how deep is the water here?
It's still need a that
Okay. I'm just real quick gonna.
trap your pencil.
Yeah. I do that a lot. But I'm just gonna go underwater for just a minute and just go like a little bit side to side and just see if I see any other kind of entrance or anything that's below the water at this point.
Make an investigation
Because the
check.
entire thing might have sunk down or something. 18.
18. As you kind of look back and forth, side to side, keep looking at the building itself, you notice that the water level has been pretty constant on it. It looks like it was built into the water, and you don't see any other entrances to the lower floors.
Okay. Do you guys want me to check around the back real quick, or do you just want to go up the stairwell?
Do you guys see anybody? I mean, you guys said you were gonna looking for stuff. I'm kind of just looking around, like.
And the well is not necessarily good with.
Does it look like anyone?
I'm good at
Make-
that kind
The
of
well's
stuff.
good at noticing things,
Make a perception check.
not looking for
Yeah.
things.
Can I assist with that, or should I just make my own?
You can make your own.
18.
18.
What are we doing? Investigation?
Perception.
22.
Oh, yes.
22 up.
13.
So, as you're kind of looking around, at this building, you don't see evidence of people at all. There's no light coming from the inside. There's again, it's the wear and tear along the edges of the stone. Looks like it's been eroded from the mist, kind of just dripping down it. Where once were probably sharp corners, they've been kind of smoothed out just from slow erosion. And if anybody's been here, it's been a very long time. But with those perceptions, you're kind of looking around. As you're kind of looking at the building, you notice a little bit of movement above it, on the far end of the waterfalls, on top of the waterfalls. You see just like a wing stretch out
What kind of
and
wing and
just
how
kind of
big?
push back in. Probably the one wing, probably 7 feet long.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
You're pointing it out?
Yeah.
Cool. Do I see it?
When she points it out, you do see that there's this creature kind of sitting in the water. It stands up and kind of hops to the left a little bit.
Do they see us?
Can do something kind of road, please?
To do what?
To see if I know what to do.
Make a nature check.
Ooh, 8.
18. looking at it, you've never seen these before. You've heard of them.
It's not what we just fucking kicked their butts.
No.
Okay. Not
You
even
look-
trying to.
You look at it, and you're trying to get a sense of what that was. But as it kind of turns and hops on two legs, you see kind of stretches its wings out again and pull them back in. It has a tail. As you notice, oh, that's a wyvern.
I know what it is.
Yeah, you've heard of them before.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be looking at you or worried about you, but it's just kind of sitting up on top of the waterfall.
Now, in my hearing about them, do I know if they are aggressive?
With that, you know they can be.
Or if this is like a bee situation, not a wasp situation?
Yeah, generally in the wild, you threaten their territory, you threaten their young, you try to take their food, yes.
Okay.
They,
It's not like a wasp where it's just gonna
Yeah.
fuck you?
No.
Okay, cool.
they can be trained
Yeah.
to be very violent, but
Okay.
usually seen in the wild, it's just be careful.
Share this.
Yeah, well, I was gonna kind of scrooge towards the building, try to get out of sight a little bit. You know, try not to draw attention. Just be like, oh, that's a wyvern.
I'm gonna walk over to Sarah and just put my arm around her, put my hand over her mouth.
What if this is their territory now? What if this tabernacle is their thing?
This is
I
better
so-
be safe than sorry.
I had the perception of 22, but I've noticed any signs of training, if it had any gear on it, any...
With that, yeah, you see there's no armor, no barding on it. It
Okay.
doesn't look to have any markings, man-made markings on it. It seems to be,
Okay, so
Wow.
not domesticated as far as
Yeah.
you can tell.
Yeah.
Well, domesticated.
and as you guys are kind of looking up and looking at it, you see it's kind of moving in the waterfall. So its head just disappears into the water and comes back up. Its wings stretch out and just and flies
I can't see if you don't
over you all. Big old fish in its mouth, and then flies off.
Okay.
I was very tempted to eat it.
Those posts, how about we, is there like a doors or is it just?
No,
just
There's a stairwell that leads up to the other side of the.
So I guess,
I mean, it's what we're here
Do
for.
we want to
ladies.
do a once round of the building first?
I mean, it's.
Yeah, we'll just say we did it real quick, just a walk
Okay.
around.
Do a quick walk around, looking at the building. You notice at the top of the stairs, there's an archway. No door, just an archway that leads in.
Yeah, and that's the only thing that we see. So,
Who has the best investigations?
probably
I've
her.
got +5, but I'm pretty sure yours is.
Plus 3.
-1.
Okay.
I'm looking around.
Yeah, I guess
Check
you.
for traps.
Yeah,
Well,
so
so
I was
are we-
gonna have you be the one who checks.
That's a 20, 25.
Oh, cool beans.
So, are we
Okay.
investigating the base or did we go up the stairs?
I was gonna start just going up the stairs.
Yeah.
That's why I was
Yeah.
trying to prep for.
Yeah.
So you're
looking and
checking the
noticing
stairs for
the-
traps? Okay. Looking, you don't see any traps. There's no. Seems safe.
Anything of note on our way up? Is it like a small
It's
stairwell?
probably like 7-8 feet wide, enough for two of you to go side by side up.
Okay.
Okay, go on up.
So, I guess since I'm the highest investigation, should I just go
Yeah.
up front?
So I'll go up front with you. It's fine.
Okay.
I'll
I'll
be
be
right
right
behind
behind
you.
Alright, so I'll go up front and just keep my shield out and keep an eye out for
Okay.
traps or anything else that might be of importance.
Okay.
I'm gonna be just whispering to Luelle about the ring she put on. What's that ring?
I don't know.
What does it look like?
It has a beard.
It has a bear.
A beard.
Bear.
A bird?
A bear. Beard?
Bird?
Bear.
This is Bambi all over again.
Bird.
Bear.
Bird.
Bird. A bird.
With feathers? Like that, but with
Can I
feathers.
look at it?
Yes.
Oh, a hummingbird.
This one? Yeah.
Yeah. Hummingbird. It's pretty. What does it
They're
do?
not hoverbirds?
Hoverbirds.
I mean, they do hover.
They're called humming?
Hummingbirds.
Not hovers?
Hummingbirds.
You guys are crazy.
Meanwhile, the rest of us are actually looking
Yeah.
at the doorway.
I'm behind Sarah, bringing up the rear, just trying to avoid the tail.
So, I can't show this
You just
because
wanna
this is
get
licensed,
that
but just so you all
Yeah,
know,
the tail's kind of.
that's what it looks like.
Oh, it's so
Oh,
happy.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
But can I touch it?
Yeah, totally just match my outfit.
I'm just touching it. Oh. Kind of. This is the one I got those two.
So eventually, you get to the top of these stairs. As you two are talking about birds, bears, beats,
Beards,
Fair.
Bears.
You get to the top of the stairwell, and there's just an archway that leads in. And you look into the room, and it is very, very dim light on the inside. But from what you can see, it looks like there are some very old pews, kind of scattered wood, rotted pews, kind of sitting in this room, this large chamber. And there's some little bits of light kind of pouring in from the dome above. That's from the outside.
Oh, so there are holes in the ceiling.
Well, that's old as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it takes a lot to erode stone. Well, depending on the kind of stone.
You guys want to separate and look for this book?
That's a terrible idea. So,
Do you want to all walk in a group and look for
what
this
if you
book?
find something and it attacks you and then you
Why don't
die?
we- why don't
Let's
we
stay in
go-
the same room.
Why don't we go in
Buddy
pairs?
system. Yeah, buddy system. Like we did back at Rothman.
Yes.
Do we? Well, there might only be one way in. Why are we talking?
There might be one
I guess we
hallway.
need this one room.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
in the same
yeah,
building.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
sure.
I'm gonna
Divide and conquer.
like learn through Nasaras and start
Okay.
investigating around.
So I'll take
And I'll-
So,
Eh?
as you all walk in, it's a large stone room, probably 60 feet by 60 feet, right around there, with a dome ceiling supported by bending pillars of spiraling rock, kind of spin up. And in between those spiraling pieces of rock, there are some holes kind of broken in the ceiling. There's just a few, very small, but there's some light coming in. You notice a large dais at the far end of the room, beyond multiple rows of those dusty, rotted benches. There are traces of long, rotten cushions, that just fallen off into the ground, and it seems like everything is slick in this building or in this room. But on the dais, behind what looks to be an altar,
Silva says what helped
Health
out with
potion for Raksha.
Silva says what helped out with $11 for Raksha for a health potion.
but behind a wooden altar that does also looks like it's in its last leg, you see a massive 20-foot tall sculpture of two dragons in flight, tails kind of down to the ground, so holding them up. And they are in poses as if they are battling in midair. Looking at the statue from the doorway as you walk in, you see the dragon on the left seems to be carved from one single semi-translucent piece of ruby. And the dragon on the right, a single piece of platinum. So they're kind of going up in the air. And then looking up in the dome, you see 4 large glassless windows letting in what seem to be the little bit of light in the room. There's also mist kind of pouring in from the outside. And on the inside of the dome, you can see what make it what's to be very deteriorated fresco of very faded colors or that are missing entire sections from plaster. It's like it was plastered up, painted. Pieces of plaster are missing. Colors have faded, but there was definitely at one point a fresco on the dome.
Anything we can make out from that?
Make an investigation check.
What's a fresco?
Like a big painting.
It's when you
Okay.
paint on wet plaster.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What am I making? Investigation?
16.
Yep.
17?
17. Okay.
Give me them good details.
So you see that the fresco, looking at it specifically, it reveals the story of 2 dragonborn children. Above the doorway, it seems that's where their story begins, as children, one red, one silver. That's kind of what you're making out. And growing up and going 2 separate ways. And as it goes around the dome, piecing everything together, you kind of see what their story is. You see that silver dragonborn go into a life in the church, one book in hand, learning the word under the discipline of a whip.
Discipline of a what?
Whip. Yep. You see that she finds 4 other folk marked by 4 symbols. And they go on adventures together, in which she walked with them, judging every move and bringing word to the land. under the discipline of her mace that she carries. You see depictions of her executing petty thieves, tax dodgers, all the way until she, on the other end of the dome, you see where she meets a red dragonborn, full grown. Going the other way, you see a red dragonborn learning the way of the sword under the mantle of the church, defending the weak, protecting the innocent, forgiving those who can be taught, and falling in love and having a child. Until they meet on the other end, where they seem to be fighting in a battle. And above the final battle, we see them kind of pitched against each other. You see, just barely making out through the cracked plaster, a symbol, a circle, half red, half white, and got hues of purples and greens and pinks amongst the white. And then there are 10 smaller circles around it, one for each color of metallic dragons and one for each color of chromatic dragons.
Does this ring any bells as far as like the stories that we've heard about the ascending?
Make a religion check.
I'm gonna be like, wow.
Do you see this? See this really cool artwork? Yes. 18.
See these? It looks like they knew each other in different ways. And this one looks like she kind of became a little bitch, and she's like killing people for doing like things that they just need to do in order to survive.
Well, it's not a religious person, but this feels blasphemous. Is that word Lost working for to speak of them like this in their place?
Okay. So this one is very by the book, strict. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No flexibility.
Yes.
Rigid. This one, she went and had like a baby and was like, it's cool, like, I forgive you for the things you did. And then they had like this big battle. But I don't know what these circles, look at that's them, right? But I don't know what all these little circles around there are. Do you know what that is?
So as she's doing all this, you've heard the stories of Droth Vidar and Alea Sylvana, the Platinum and the Red Dragon, the gods of good and evil. And clearly this was supposed to be that story, but this isn't the story you've ever heard. You heard of them, they were born twins. One went the way of evil, one went the way of good, and they each ascended to their places in the stars. One looking over the realms of justice, kindness, peace, the other tyranny, war. But the roles were reversed. Alea Sylvana, the silver dragonborn who turned platinum, was supposed to be the kind, gentle one. Droth Vidar was supposed to be the evil one. But it seems that they're... And then the symbol at the top, I mean, you've seen the symbols of Alea Sylvana and Droth Vidar. They are always just a red... the Droth Vidar is just a red circle with red symbols around it, and then the platinum for Alea Sylvana with the platinum symbols. But this seems to be combined. But instead of platinum circles around hers and the red ones around his, it seems to be just the color of each dragon.
So I will express that to you guys. Like this is a very different story than what's been told for 1,000 years.
So the silver,
Thousands.
the
2,000.
silver is, what's her name?
Well, the platinum is Alea Sylvana, and the red is Droth Vidar.
Droth
Vidar.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't that letter say something about them leaving a false somethings?
I mean, stories change over
The
a couple of years,
is
let alone
told by the
2,000.
winners.
Well, I was just curious.
I mean, am I the only one that thinks that the platinum one here seems like the one that went evil?
What was the word you used? Yeah, it's just kind of bitchy.
Bitch,
Honestly,
she's a bitch, but apparently
by-
that's blasphemous.
By
I
the
mean,
end of
is
this,
No, I think evil is very subjective. I mean, she was executing thieves and
Have you never stolen anything?
but
it's
is it still harming other people to still? Yes. So it could be
it's right.
that this is the sign of justice and mercy. So justice is good, but you have to have mercy to balance it out. And if you only have mercy with no justice, you're letting everybody off all the time.
But
And there's no consequences, so nobody ever learns.
aren't the people that are running the Temple of the Platinum Dragon, weren't we just told that they're very corrupt and?
Well, I mean, people can become corrupt, sure. I mean, I've seen it happen everywhere.
Regardless of the tenets they follow, if a position offers power,
I'm just saying there might be some correlation.
Well,
I'm just pointing up to like her slaughtering. There might be something to it. I mean,
well, it's not like
some sort of influence, maybe.
anyone's forced to follow either one, so
It's just that we
Strange
know.
that this place has been here for so long, and I mean, it's not exactly. I mean, it's not exactly difficult to get here. I mean, we got here just fine.
Well, it's also
we do
not
also-
really well.
Well, only because there was someone else looking for it. It just seems strange, is all.
it's almost like it's hidden for a reason or forgotten for a reason.
But this is to both of them.
Would I have known that they're twins? Like that's part of the story, right?
Is this common? I mean, I don't really follow religion. Is it usually something devoted to both of them? That seems
No.
odd.
It's
Has any of you?
Well, this
this
is
is also really old.
Reveration to Drothadar is largely illegal.
Just because it's giving the history of both doesn't mean that this temple is dedicated to both.
I mean,
It's
I'm
illegal to
It seems like they are very,
It's
very tied
illegal?
together.
illegal.
Yeah.
Worshipping Drothadar is usually considered to be illegal.
I mean,
Well-
this sculpture seems like it's holds of both, like it seems like they're both kind of being revered here in some way.
So what were the gems embedded in?
Oh no, there were the ruby and the.
those
Yeah,
are
there's-
two giant.
Those are
No,
the actual
it's
sculptures
yeah,
that they
like
have
the
that.
sculpture is made like it's
okay.
looking at it like you can't even fathom where this ruby would have come from, but the dragon is
Excuse me.
from one giant ruby.
So,
Semi-translucent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are there any other gods that are illegal or banned from being worshipped?
Would Madeira have been one of them?
So it's normal for a god to be banned from being worshipped.
I mean, yes, generally speaking, if a follower of those gods does illegal things and that's part of their tenets and doctrine, then the worship of that god might be banned so that less people hear about it and worship it and also do those things that are illegal. But
So
I mean, it's like telling kids not to eat candy or something. You know, like people are gonna find a way to do what they want to do regardless.
why would you tell them not to eat candy?
Because then they bounce off the walls.
It rots your teeth. There's actually nothing behind the sugar theory. They've done scientific studies on
What's science?
I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go up to the sculptures.
Okay.
it. However,
I'm gonna take Luau with me.
So
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Maybe see the floor. Yeah.
The floor is lava.
the floor is lava.
The floor is lava. I
Roll
did
an
not wanna
investigation
puke.
check.
I'm gonna take dust of vocal.
Yeah, I want to
No,
like
I'm just
look at
kidding.
the floor and the wall and see if there's anything that would. 21.
Seems safe.
I'm gonna go up and
Slick,
like.
but safe.
Ooh, I'm gonna take the butt of my axe just
What are you gonna touch?
on the floor.
What are you touching?
What are you touching?
Okay.
I'm touching the
What's good?
ruby statue.
I smashed the butt. No. Ah! No.
You touch it?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Smack.
Sorry.
I'm gonna walk over and just hover my hand over the platinum statue. I'm not even gonna look at Luell. I'm just gonna hover, see if anything happens.
How big did you say this room was?
About 60 by 60.
Are there any other exits? In any of the rooms?
Those of you who are up against the statues now see on the other side of the statue there is a door, double door.
Guys, there's a door over here.
Yeah.
Is it one single set of doors behind
Yeah.
both statues?
Single
Okay.
set of doors.
Like a door, not an archway.
Door. Actual door.
I'm gonna touch the statue real quick. Ding.
I would like to investigate the door.
Okay. Investigation check.
Is there anything on the statue that looks like it could be like easily
Pried off?
dislodged? No. Excuse me, I didn't ask this out loud.
Make an investigation check.
bard's gonna bard, lady.
Percy's being super paranoid right now. She's like,
Shield out 13.
13. Looks like one of the claws from the ruby, like the ruby's
Yeah.
4 claws. You probably snap a little bit off.
Like just the tip.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
If she tries, I'm gonna slap her hand.
I'm gonna wait till we start walking down the hall, and then I'm gonna try.
Wal's been disadvantaged
She's-
your body.
she has been
does
disadvantaged.
not-
And also remember that my passive is 20. But also, I'm just gonna whisper, we do it on the way out, not on the way in.
I haven't done anything yet.
Okay.
How do that, ladies? I haven't done anything yet.
I see your
What's
intent.
Nasara
doing? Minority report, right?
Nasara's just
I'm deceptive as
Nasara.
fuck.
She's looking around.
I'm gonna take, I'm just gonna take my top off and then rub where I touch
Ooh.
the statue to like clean it because I feel kind of bad after touching it. Like maybe a little bit of shine.
Well, can't yell at you for that. I just,
Yeah.
okay.
And as you're like doing this, right around the statue, everything else you've seen in this room has been heavily eroded. These 2 statues, perfect. No erosion. Perfect. But the door seems untrapped.
Let's go down this door. So
Marching order. Time for
Well, did you check the door yet?
Mhm.
yeah, she did.
It is not locked, nor is it trapped.
Okay, cool.
So you and I will go through the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, stop it.
Oh, I'm gonna grab both your hands.
So, you grab and you pull,
Yeah.
your hand slips. You get a cut in your hand.
Well,
Well, did not.
you grabbed my hand.
And you take 3 points of slashing damage.
Well, damn it. Are you guys coming? Yeah, we're coming. Let's take I'll rip off a bit of my, rub it around there.
Yeah, I think I.
What's your passive perception?
I don't know.
What's your perception?
My perception is +7.
Okay.
Jeez.
As she's wrapping her hand, you notice that the blood that's on the claw disappears.
Well, doesn't want to cause panic.
We're gonna go.
Well, it's not gonna say anything.
I just wanted, it's pretty. You like pretty things, right? Let's go. It's fine. I just put my arm around. Let's go.
Okay. So you enter, as you step forward through this door, as it opens up, you see it's only about a 10-foot long distance until there's just a wall in front of you. But you look and to your right, and there's a hallway that goes down either way. At the end of this hallway, you see 2 doors on either end. Door on either end.
So right was platinum, left was red.
Mm-hmm.
Are we starting to like
Yeah.
butt up? Wait, what,
Can
ladies?
I just want to stare down each passage and see if there's any difference.
Okay.
Aside from, I mean, like, the basics of do the doors look different, but like, is there more dust in one? Are there tracks? Does it look like one is trapped as opposed to the other?
Make
Does one have light filtering through it?
a perception check.
Oh wait, is it dark?
It is. It's still dim light. With the door open, it's dim, but very, very dim.
Yeah, as soon as it gets too dark for me to see, I'll pull
Can
out
you
the
guys
dark
see?
globe.
Yeah, I can see.
I don't
that.
have dark vision. I'm the only one.
I'm gonna
But-
pull out
She
the
has
sword
a-
and be like, watch this. Asunder.
And dim light.
And don't we have like?
Only a 12 for my perception.
Can you write with that? There's shapes when
It-
you do that.
It doesn't seem there's a
Maybe not a
difference.
10-foot corner.
As you're kind of looking down, you see that there are a few old paintings on the wall, but there's no difference one way or the other. There's a few like low tables and stuff, but there's just a door, and a few paintings on the wall. No discernible difference in either one.
So it seems we have to choose a path. Would Nasara and I have been close enough to see the one get sucked into the red statue?
We waited.
It was her passive.
I'm gonna, in my mind, be like, yo, Beffa, you there, buddy?
What do you want?
So we're looking for something. Do you know anything about where we're at?
You in the home of gods.
Yes. Is this Are you asking me? Are you telling me?
You are in the
Right.
home
Okay.
of a god.
Of a god. One god?
Gods, what's the difference? They all must die.
One is plural, one is singular. Which path? Tell me about these different paths that we could take. Do you know anything about this?
You're just standing there like,
I know. I would have just started going down the red path at this point.
should we?
I have no eyes. I cannot see. I can only feel.
No, should we maybe do half and half?
Half and half?
Or we can. I hate calling a party, but
Well, if one is good and one is evil, maybe it's better to just do one.
how do we know which is which?
And clearly the one that was supposed to be evil does not look evil.
Yeah, but if we're going based on what this temple says about itself, it's going to adhere to its own truth, not to any outside truth.
Yeah, exactly. And its truth is that that one's not evil.
Yeah, so if we go down the red one, maybe there'll be. I don't know, maybe there's less traps that, but I don't know. I just.
Maybe they meet at some point.
Half and half would mean that even if something happens to somebody, a buddy still has a buddy. 3 and 3.
We only have one cleric though.
What's the best way to split up this group?
Well, I just can't do curses.
So us 3 and you.
Okay.
You and Sarah. Well, you have 2 very squishy people together.
Well, they don't have any melee people.
I mean,
Well, the Sarah can melee a little bit. Oh yeah, you can too. You have a sword.
They are in melee.
Well, you guys tend to not to. You tend to do the spell slinging a little bit more. She's basically our only melee. I do some melee, but I'm not good at it.
You're a
so
monk.
I'm probably not actually talking to them. I'm still trying to talk to Betha.
You're a monk.
I know, and I
Rationalize
died. I'm just saying.
You
Yes,
just say that you don't do melee as a monk.
I just said that I do it. I'm just not good at it. That's what I said.
You're very good at it. You're just not great at staying alive.
Yeah. Or hip checking people off of buildings.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So I'll take Yoon and Nasara, and you guys can take Raksha.
Don't try to kill me this time, yeah?
She's very kind. She does not try to kill people.
It wasn't on purpose.
Yeah.
Do or do not.
Joke-
There is no
joking.
try. If you're gonna try.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh yeah, stick the two
But,
inept ones with
What?
If I was mimicking a drum, like after you make a joke,
Drums don't sound like that.
well, you know.
I want to pull out my drums and start banging on them.
Sure. Next time you make a joke, do that.
And it's just echoing through this hallway.
Why do I always have to remind you of the fucking rings? I
You
need them
did
for
not
a reason.
have to remind Luau. Luau's on board with plans.
Okay, so I don't mean to bother you, but you might get very protected. So just don't fucking die, okay? Cool. Let's go.
So who's
Wait,
going
which way are
left?
you going?
Who's going right?
I was already walking towards the red one.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay. So
Oh, we get this bitch.
So
My-
You don't have to go towards the platinum door. You can come to the red door with us if you
No, we're
want.
split up.
We already
Fine.
made the plan.
So
You already have my buddy.
as you each get to your set door, it is not red, it is not platinum. It's normal.
I'm checking
Rotten
before we open
wooden
it.
door.
I know. I did
Investigation
also
check.
want to look at all the portraits or pictures or whatever paintings were
Okay.
down the hall.
Make
Same.
those of you who are looking, make an investigation check.
I would, but mine's a negative.
12.
7. This is us. We are distracting each other.
So as you're walking down looking, you see multiple paintings of different people. Just a few like men in armor type situation on the a vast background of forest or sky. It's just paintings.
Yeah, we're distracting each other. I'm like, guys, look at this.
But that armor is not practical. Look at all those weak points.
So I was a
and all
16.
It says the one who doesn't
16?
wear armor.
But I have
Bad.
no weak points because I have no armor.
Neither locked nor trapped.
I'm going to do this at each and every single door. for the
Also,
record.
every door you're doing this at, add my 3 because I'm helping you on all of them.
Okay.
Okay. No locked nor
Also the
trapped.
floors and the walls,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck I see.
I know.
I'm going to reach for the door unless someone stops me.
It
What, wait, knock first?
opens.
I knock on the door after I open it. Can we come in? They said yes, let's go.
They
Who's
did
they?
hear them.
What would you have done if somebody had answered? You don't talk to things that are not
Did
there.
your door talk to you?
No, the door didn't talk to us.
Who talked to you?
I was making a joke.
So as you
Oh,
so as you enter the doors, you have to like turn back the way you came to go through these doors. They're not like they don't lead farther on. They seem to go back. So they're on the same wall as the door that you came in on.
Oh,
And
Oh,
as
so
you
it's like the calligraphy.
We did a
piece
U-turn.
Yeah.
Coming back down.
Yeah, so like you walk in a door, doors here, go down, go. And each of you, to make things easy, because if I explain it the same way both times, this is what you're going to see. You each see a, just to your right or to your left, depending on which way you went, you see a little T intersection and a hallway that goes to your left or to your right, a hallway that goes the opposite direction, and there's another doorway just across the hallway, and then a wall that ends at a so if you look at like a T, right?
Are we coming at the bottom of the T? I guess I
You're coming at the sides of the T, like this.
Okay.
And if you go this way, there's a long hallway of just doors, many doors. If you go this way, there's a larger room. But if you go this way, it leads to just a window.
Can we get an image of this?
I know, I cannot figure out
So
this
is it
window.
a cross intersection? Is this what you're feeling
It's
like that?
cross, but we're coming up one of the.
Well, yeah.
So you just
three-way
described three
intersection.
different paths that we're not in.
So you guys just came through these doors,
Yeah.
and you see
So we're
Oh
on
yeah,
the
that's
Oh,
okay.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
cross,
So
cross.
a T
Okay.
is just this.
you're right.
Yeah.
Wow, that was confusing. Yeah, right?
I know.
Really?
This is maybe the first time I've ever heard that.
Right. Just okay, so we can go doors, open room, or window.
Hey, Percy,
Yes. What?
this is what we are seeing, and I will.
Oh, that's exactly what we see here.
What should we do?
Should we do
Check
the same
the
thing
doors?
as them?
Oh,
How far away is the window?
Check the doors?
what
Like
did you just say?
Do
20
the same
feet
thing
maybe?
as them?
She has crazy idea. You know how the well likes crazy ideas.
I do. You do?
What
She
if
does.
we do the same thing?
Oh, okay.
I
They are
didn't think.
twins?
I didn't think that. Yep, that's what I meant. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this a crazy idea? Isn't that what we're doing right now?
Yeah.
Well, Luau means there are many choices right now.
So
Oh, you mean do the
I'm,
same
like,
thing
yelling.
at the same time?
into her ring. So which one do you want to do?
you guys don't hear that.
Yeah.
Do they hear
I
me?
mean, do we want to do this idea?
I'd say. I mean, we might as well. It doesn't hurt. So we're gonna check the doors. Should we start with the ones on our right? I'd say check
Wait,
the
do we
window
want to do
first.
the same thing
Just
or
because
the
it's gonna be
opposite thing?
a quick check.
Does it? Look, I don't think it matters. We just.
I don't know, that is just fucking Temple of Dragons.
Okay, so let's start doing the same thing and see what happens.
What are they saying?
So which side do you want?
I'm gonna start on the right.
Okay.
What are they saying?
Right door.
Go to the right door.
I'm gonna.
It's open.
Yeah.
Both doors are
Let's
hanging
see.
open.
Oh, they're open already.
Our right door be a window? Wait, where was the window for
Like,
us?
I thought you said. No, doors were all the way down the hallway.
The windows are here,
There's a bunch
Yeah.
of them.
but there's
Yeah,
a bunch of
doors.
doors.
So Yeah. We're each going
Yeah,
down
so
the
if we
hallways.
went straight right, we would
Yeah.
hit the window,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we'll
We're
start
going down the hallway
Just
with the
tell them
doors.
doorways on the right. Yeah. So
Okay.
we're starting. So there's doors on either side of the hallway.
Mhm.
Okay. So we'll do right, left, right, left, right, left. And work on
We're
it.
just gonna work our way down.
Alright.
So, you find what look to be old monks' quarters. You find very simple furniture, most of it rotten to the moisture in the air. You see very, very humble living spaces and accommodations.
Nothing.
If you would like to roll investigation checks, you may.
It's awesome.
13?
Oh, for that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, yeah.
Unless you do it. Yeah.
14.
14?
7.
7?
That's some rotten furniture.
Cool. Are you all rolling investigation checks too?
On
your
our
side?
rooms?
Yeah.
Or is it the same stuff? I thought you were saying it was just them.
No, it's the same stuff. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I also wanted to look out the window just to see what the view was.
Okay.
If there was anything interesting. 12.
12. And you said 14?
13, sorry.
Okay, but you peek out the window and you just look and you see the falls.
Okay.
And you see the water beneath. Looking through everything, not much here. Probably finds 15 copper. Just in bits and ancient coins, old coins. And they are tarnished green.
No, you don't. Dwell's got a fucking thing about coins. She.
I take about 15 coppers.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would have taken
Your ass.
one and just put it in my braid
Okay.
because it's tarnished and
Okay.
it's pretty.
So you have some copper, some tarnished copper in it. 15 tarnished copper.
You know better.
I didn't touch the coins.
Because you know better.
Still, there could be an old man in them.
Yes.
Why are you looking at me like this, Luell?
Do you hear voices yet?
I mean, I hear you talking right now.
What about in your head?
In your head?
No.
Do I believe her?
Yeah, make an insight check.
I really wish that you had a ring so I could just be like, ah, ah, ah.
I do have a ring.
17. She does. It's just
You believe her?
not magical yet.
Let's keep going.
Alright, next
Okay.
room.
So you keep,
We
that's
didn't
that's
do the
all
whole
of
thing.
those
That's all
rooms. That's what you
rooms.
find.
Alright, then if
And
the
then-
only other thing is the window, then we'll go up the other room.
Yeah, the other hallways here. You find
Sorry.
these two rooms seem to be like a head priest's rooms. Same kind of setup, very, very humble. And again, everything's kind of rotten. But it's an old priory, it seems.
And there's no like, I don't know, like secret doors or like I don't know, like checking the bricks
Yeah,
in
at
the
the very
wall and like.
End of the hallway. I want to specifically check the wall there to
Okay.
see. Well, and here's another question. How long is this hallway?
Well, we didn't check
65 feet.
because it was a cross, so we didn't check.
Yeah,
Well,
we did.
we
The
came
other
out.
side was
We
the
came out one
high
of them.
priest quarters.
Yeah.
This way was
The
the.
window.
No, this way was all the doors.
So the windows were here.
window, and then we just went into the.
You went through all these. Now,
Oh, wait.
now you're coming back down this way.
Oh, so we went this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went-
So there was a window over here. What was over there?
The way we.
The door we came in.
This door you came in.
Then what's down?
The
high priest quarters.
The high priest quarters,
Okay.
which are like right here.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be like, especially at the ends of the hallways and the walls, I'm gonna be checking.
Roll investigation checks.
Because I'm also gonna put into the ring. Hey guys, this building is about 80 feet across, and this wall or this hall is only 65 feet across. So we're missing about 15 feet.
Well, what thinks is weird that there's so many beds, but there's nothing else for people. So there's no like foods areas.
They were-
There's no.
Yeah, I mean,
So my ring is it? My
So-
ring is it actively or is it?
So you guys haven't gone this way yet.
That's what
Yeah,
I was
that's what
doing.
we're
Oh,
doing.
we
That's what
were
we're
there.
doing.
And I thought you said
No.
that was the end of the
You
hall.
said that was the priest quarters.
This is the end of the hall. There's the priest quarters here, but you guys haven't kept going.
No, I'm
yet.
not.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's-
all the way
End of
down.
the hallway.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I thought there was a wall there.
No.
Yeah.
Still rolling my
Okay.
investigation. Okay.
Okay.
I got it.
Oh.
However, I did get a 20 for investigating the end of the other hall to see if there's
Okay.
any hidey holes.
nothing.
So we'll go down that hallway.
Okay.
Continue down the hall.
So you continue down the hall into what looks like at one point was a room of rest where people could sit and relax. Nothing of note. There are a few tables, a few chairs where it looks like study was done, but nothing of note in these rooms. But it does continue on until it looks like the hallways curve around back towards each other again.
Yeah,
Okay,
we'll
so we'll
just keep
keep
going.
Okay.
Do we meet each other?
I'm gonna start whistling very loudly.
As you come around the corners, you see each set sees a door, and those of you who are not with you hear you whistling as turtles whistle.
Only the ones who aren't with her here.
Oh, you guys hear her too. Of course you hear her. It was implied.
Did you guys find anything?
Not yet.
Alright, we're
yelling.
Through doors.
Yeah.
You need to
So
finish
I'll-
her ring.
It takes time. I'm fucking working on
We're
it.
also 10 feet apart. We can yell.
I
it's
know, I
fine.
can hear you. I don't need to talk into my ring. Did you find anything?
There's a door here.
Yeah,
I'm
we're.
pretty sure we're facing each other.
I think
right
we're on
now.
the other side of it.
All we
It's more muffled than that. It seems like you're
Oh,
farther
okay.
away. Yeah.
I open the door.
You open the door and you see a hallway and you see a door on the other end.
Hey, open your door!
Let's check
Checking
it.
it, and then
Roll an investigation check.
Add my 3.
We'll never be a good partner again.
13.
Does the well tell you wrong with that?
Seems safe.
Oh god damn it, Nick. Fine, I'm gonna open it.
Open and you see. There you all see each other. You're in a hallway that kind of 10, 15, like 60 feet distance from each other, and between you all, back towards the rest of the temple, you see another door between you.
Oh, well that's
Looking back.
Like it's between you all. There's another hallway, so you see a door here. You guys are
Rolling which
right
way?
here.
Back
Yeah.
into
Oh.
everything.
Yeah.
We're in another T, basically.
Yep.
Alright,
Let's walk towards each other.
Because I was gonna ask what was in between the.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
yeah, so checking everywhere.
Roll investigation check.
Walking.
You know what? This might be tedious, but the
No,
second
it's
I
good.
find something,
knock on
I'm
the
just saying,
door
it's
when
not
we
what
get
I would do.
25.
25. Okay. Everything seems safe. You don't see anything out of the ordinary for what this place has been.
Yeah.
There are a few paintings, some very old faded paintings that you can't even see anything on, but
I don't
yeah.
even care if I seem paranoid. I'm legitimately like
I don't know.
on everything.
We're like going along, knocking on the wall.
Right.
But you see that door in front of you.
So I will check the door.
All right, with that check, it is safe.
I will open it.
You will open it. You look in, and this is the first dry room that you see. It seems to be sealed off from the rest of the building, but it looks like at one point it was the cafeteria where they all sat and ate. There's a small kitchen in the corner, some tables kind of strewn about the place, but on the other side of those tables you see a stairway that goes down.
Great. So we'll head towards the stairway.
I want to investigate the room first.
Yeah.
I want to
Okay.
check the kitchen area. I figure we'll all divide and conquer.
Okay. All right, roll investigation checks. Those of you who want to.
17.
17.
18.
Oh, no, sorry.
15.
No? Okay. Looking around, it's all cutlery and very old, rotted food. What if there's anything left? And it's
What methods did they use to cook?
there's an oven.
Did it have a
It's a
Does
2,000-year-old
the
mummy.
smoke go away?
It's not lit right now, but you can look if you'd like to.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if there was a flame.
You poke your head in and look. There it is.
That's
Bless
for
you.
sure. Thank you. Just checking.
It's closed.
Well, obviously, because the room is dry.
Mhm.
I just was testing my logic. It's mostly to tease you.
I know.
So would you say the rest of the rooms were moist?
Anyway,
I'm gonna kind of stick my head down the stairwell.
you look down
Yeah.
and you see a stairwell that leads down into darkness. Probably 80 feet beneath you.
I still have,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like walk down a few steps and look.
I'm gonna kind of follow after her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna turn around and have a fucking aneurysm.
I'm looking like I'm waiting like.
So first we open again at the front of that, just because I'm checking everything.
She's like, "Hey, get out, what would you take?"
I'm not letting anyone go in front of me, for the record.
I'm like waiting like.
Yeah, so I will start.
Okay.
I'll investigate the staircase.
Roll investigation check.
I will follow those.
Uh, 27.
27. Seems safe.
Watch when there's finally one, I'm gonna roll like.
I would be like, guys, nothing in this place has like yet. Man.
How many old temples have you been inside?
How many old temples have you been inside?
More than you would think, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
She died inside of one.
You died inside of one?
Yes.
Yeah.
It
It
was
was
very
very
difficult.
traumatized. And you know what? Somebody touched a weird coin that day.
Wasn't that?
Touching coins.
Didn't you touch the.
Did you touch the weird coin?
No,
Did
who
you?
did not touch it that day?
Who touched the weird coin?
You did. It was in the hallway.
So, just. Well, wait, I brought you back from the dead. You're fine now.
Still, touching
You okay?
coins. What? She touches the
Just
coins.
don't touch some copper. They're not weird. It's money.
Oh, yeah, totally. Who would touch copper coins?
Yeah.
So what's
That's
your
Yeah. And she's like shoving with her back.
Like,
I just hear jingles as I'm going down the
Instead
hall.
of you're not walking paint. Like,
You know what? We all know what your magic coin looks like. We're not gonna touch that one, okay?
Well, does not know if there's other creepy old men hiding in coins.
Does Giovanna know what the coin looks like?
Does your coin look like something other than these coins?
Goblin Cave is raiding with party of 5 raiders.
Does your coins look like these coins?
They look.
Just like copper.
They're tarnished copper. They're green.
Look at, they're just old copper.
You can't even make out like a stamp in them. They're so old.
They're
And
just pretty.
See?
Well, still has problems.
I'm sorry you
Yes.
have problems.
We're aware.
I'll keep the money.
She
it's
does
fine.
not.
I know, but I didn't make you touch it.
So, anyways, do we maybe want to have this conversation not in a big spooky ancient
But,
temple?
so the whole point of that was just we're paranoid about temples.
Don't
We're
touch
out.
random shit.
Yeah.
Maybe let Noelle or one of us.
Yeah. Maybe there's nothing
Investigate it
here,
first.
but maybe there is. So we're just careful because we don't want any more deaths.
I'm just saying, we've opened doors and we've touched things and
Well, the last temple we were in, there was a lich.
Yeah, and a couple of whites. It was not
Yeah.
great. I miss Pomplamoose.
who?
We should meet him.
A very loud, but
You would love him.
interesting.
He was great. He was also a bard,
Man.
kind of.
Yeah. He was the one that we got the cloak of billowing from.
That is fabulous.
Yeah, lots of glitter.
so are you all heading down the stairs?
Yes,
Yes.
as we're walking.
Okay.
talking.
Yeah. So
Echoing conversation down the stairs.
you walk
Very
around
loud.
this spiral staircase, and as you kind of start to walk into the darkness, you notice that to your left, there's just vast emptiness, darkness. As you're walking down from the light of her sword.
As soon as it gets to a point where I can't see well, I'm pulling out the drift globe.
I
Okay.
have it's the that is
Does it look
30
like
foot.
Does it look like a pit? Like there's like a I don't know, like a well in the middle of the staircase?
Yeah.
Can Noelle hear
So-
anything like water drips?
Oh, there's plenty of water drips in this area, but yeah.
Oh,
She
oh,
goes,
Percy,
no.
can you?
But
see-
nothing
Can
organic.
you do light?
Yeah, so I want to take like a random. I'll take one of the coins and I'll cast light on it and I want to
Okay.
drop it.
You drop it. Drops. Probably 100 feet down, you see it land.
down
And-
we go.
And as you watching it go down, you see that this stairwell that's built out of block, it turns into carved stone, and then all of a sudden it's a cavern down beneath. And you eventually make your way down, and you're no longer in a man-made structure. You are in a cavern, and in this cavern, in front of you, as you're kind of looking around, you notice that there's a seam in the rock that's the size of a very, very large door. And inside of the seam, you see writing. Those of you who speak Draconic would recognize it as Draconic.
What does it say?
Nasara must comprehend languages.
I speak. I
She's
speak
always
Draconic.
looking to use that spell too. The letter that we received was also in Draconic, wasn't it? Our story spans the eons before the first descendants, in the age of the waning strengths of Bahamut and Tiamat, when one no longer ruled, but stood guard over the 7 heavens of Mount Celestia. The other banished to Avernus to hide away and watch the great dance take place before her on the Underplains. In this, the third age, the age of the elves, was when the Chromalustrum hatched their plot. Their query the dominions of the second pantheon at their own ascension. Without the 5, we do not exist. Bring them together.
What is that? Do you know what that means?
Also, it says trial of the sleeping steps.
Can I?
Well, that's fantastic.
So those of you, if you would like to, you can roll a history check on that.
I will do
Ooh.
You don't know anybody, so I may as well.
Stephanie?
21.
No?
19.
19? Okay. So everyone over a 20. Sorry, Raksha. knows that the God's Fall event, which happened a couple thousand years ago, 3,000 years ago, was started by a group of chromatic dragons known as the Promolustrum. They are the ones that went into the astral sea and began a blood ritual that cast the gods from the heavens.
Oh, so they're the reason for the fall?
And as you finish reading this, you start to see the lettering in the wall light. So it begin turn into light as it lights the wall, and then the wall shudders, and then opens slowly into a cavern you see before you. And that is where we're gonna take our break.
Ooh, so good.
All right, guys. Thank you for rating. Those of you who just showed up, give us like 5-10 minutes. We've been playing for an hour and a half. Need a quick break, and we'll be right back with you. 10 minutes. Keep an eye on chat. We'll let you know when we're back. Welcome back. We are back from break.
Wow.
I think that was our most efficient break yet. Exactly 10 minutes.
Wow, wow, good
Yeah,
job. Look at us. Big professionals and shit.
That's what it is.
Very professional.
All right,
Almost
so
no ass grabbing. Almost.
picking back up, you see a chamber in front of you. 5 walls. And as you enter in, you see looks like a brazier in the middle of the room. Nothing burning in it, nothing like that, just empty. But as you enter in the room, all of a sudden there's these 5 flashes of light. Just as you see a blue flash of red, flash of green, almost like an absence of light
Oh shit.
flash. And you see these 5 lanterns on either end of either end, which kind of give you an idea of what it looks like.
Oh, lovely.
A map that we're not gonna battle on, right?
I don't know, I'm pulling up platforms.
We did.
So
Okay.
you see,
Battle cam.
I would like to have your minis, please.
Oh, here. There's all of them.
What is that?
Oh, you.
Yeah, I got it.
She's our mini mom.
I know that's what I was trying to get Melissa's attention.
Because especially with the number 5 rotating around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'll send it to you guys right now.
Thank
You
you.
send it in the Twitch chat.
Alright. So
Oh.
you see this happen,
And all those light up.
and each one of those light up. Nothing happens in the middle.
So what is
Brazier
Circles.
in the
So
middle.
what
Is
is the
burning or
colors?
not?
I can't.
It's not
It's
burning.
not. Okay. With the light, I can't even tell what the colors are. So is that green in that corner?
It's green and black, green, red, blue, and then white light there to your right.
Which one was the one that was like an absence of light?
is it green and black?
That one over there.
Okay.
But I would like you all to roll initiative, please.
Oh, mother.
Why?
Just
for no reason.
Why?
For why?
And I'll roll for
For why?
Wherefore art
Right,
thou?
type.
so
Oh.
25 to 20.
Back in my comfort zone. Oh no.
25 to 20. Going
Alright,
once.
did you roll for Nazara?
Going twice. I did. 15 to 20.
19.
16.
At least you're in the high teens.
Yeah.
At least you're in the teens.
Yeah.
Back in my comfort zone.
We're in the tweens.
Did you get advantage on the initiative? Oh, let's see.
Oh, high rolls?
Yeah.
I know Rangers do.
All right. 10 to 15.
10!
11.
Gotcha. Alright.
6.
6. Yoon. And Sarah's last. Or not Sarah. Yeah. Sarah.
Aw, even when you roll for her.
Yeah.
Alright. So. Up first. Me.
I mean, I guess that's good because we don't know
All
how
right.
that worked
I mean,
out.
it's, yeah, we didn't get a surprise round. So that's good.
Maybe
It
the
could
lights
also
are
just be the
different.
lair is the only action.
Those lights are coming after us.
No.
So, you see that black light flicker, and then this spray of liquid
Oh,
falls
fuck.
out. Hits none of you.
Yay!
Oh!
Alright,
On the ground now, or?
Yeah, what is it?
it just falls on the ground,
Anything?
Does it like dissipate?
dissipates, disappears.
What the fuck?
So,
Luell,
Yeah.
what do you do? Oh. I almost forgot.
Aw,
What?
man.
Bad.
You lied.
It's just right
Oh,
here.
joy.
What? Why are you putting out fancy box and bubble wrap? No.
Oh, fuck. Have we been in here an hour? Am I attuned to the ring?
You actually have to like sit in a tune.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Well, what's in the middle of the room?
it's the brazier.
Is it just like a platform?
It's like a bowl. Big metal bowl.
Okay.
So you see the big 5 lanterns,
Yeah.
each going different color,
Yep.
and then the brazier in the middle.
Yep. Okay. Luell is gonna take a few steps forward, staying as centered in the room as Cassie built.
Okay.
Like one more.
Okay.
I can hold an action.
Mm-hmm.
Luell would like to. I don't even know what to hold.
Seriously.
Shit. Okay. Luell's gonna hold. I guess we'll go for. How about jump?
You can hold jump. Okay. You hold jump.
I think. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay. Sorry, I'm getting some extra music here and it's not making me angry. Okay. Alright. So you hold jump. Percy. What do you do?
Panic?
So what order are they in? So that's black.
Black, blue, red, green, white.
Can I cast light on the black one?
Sure. Cast light on it. It lights up. There's a little light that you can see that's drowned out by the light of the lantern in the green, or in the blackness.
So is there does it light up anything behind it? Like
Nope.
is there anything on the walls? Or?
It seems like the lantern is set into the wall, and they're big, massive lanterns.
I'm gonna go investigate.
Okay. So investigation would be an action, but you can move over. 5:30. That's 30 feet there. As you get closer, you see this big opening in the lantern, and inside of it, you see a glass cylinder with some kind of fluid floating. kind of sloshing back and forth. So that's your movement and your action.
That's it. I just do with
Yep. Okay.
cool. That's my turn.
Ivana.
I'm gonna jump back after it spewed this like black liquid at us. I'm just be like, do you see these boots I'm wearing? Can you please watch out a little bit? And I'm gonna try to cast Vicious Mockery at the Black Lantern.
Okay.
See if it works.
Bard's gonna bard.
Bard can
Oh
bard.
my gosh.
Cantrip.
No effect.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna walk kind of back up towards the brazier.
This way?
Yeah.
About 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. As you're getting close to it, you see there's some kind of scrolling along the outside of this metal brazier.
Okay, and I'll take my action to take
Yep.
it out. Okay.
Yep. Raksha.
Is the brazier lit?
There's no.
Are there any? So there's no flames in the room.
It looks like there's some flame coming from this lantern here.
What is it? Magical? I'm going to use my movement to walk up to the brazier.
Your
As
movement.
close as I
Your
can.
movement's how? 40 feet.
Yes.
25, 30, 35. You can get right up to it.
And I'm gonna look inside.
Look inside. It's just a smooth metal bowl.
No kindling, no nothing. Is there? I want to examine the outside of it.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. 9.
9. There's some cool symbols on it.
Cool.
Yep.
That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. All right. So that brings us to Yoon.
Cool. I am going to detour just to the edge of where the liquid sprayed out.
Okay. Like over here.
Yep. However, I am making my way to the brazier, so I'm just going there to scoop up some of the dirt.
It's stone.
Or is it just
It's
stone?
stone. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any place that any of the liquid cooled?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Darn, I can't do what I wanted to then. And I don't think I have any, I don't know, whatever. So I am just going to touch the liquid, see if anything happens to me.
There's like what's on the ground.
Yeah.
It'll like dissipate it like immediately.
Oh, okay, it immediately dissipated. Okay, never mind then. I'll also investigate the brazier then.
Okay. So no investigation check.
That's a 11.
11. I mean, you see some symbols that are kind of carved into it. There's no language written into it, but there are some symbols carved into it.
Okay.
But
And then if I have any more movement, I'm just gonna keep moving past
well, how much movement do you have?
40.
40. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So that's 40.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
All right. So I need Percy.
Oh no.
I need you to roll a dex saving throw.
We went right up in the face of the thing that just spit liquid at us.
Don't judge me.
Just
Okay, okay, that's not bad.
That's exciting.
19.
19. Okay.
Oh jeez.
Oh, fuck.
7 points of acid damage as all 5 of these lanterns flicker, and you see this spray of liquid come from the one that you're looking at. You see this burst of cold, of like ice, just streak forward from the white light. You see this toxic fume pour out from here, flames from here, and these arcs of lightning just kind of and strike the whole areas right in front of them. Percy, you're the only one who's in range for anything. So that happens.
Did you say 5 or 7? I'm sorry.
7. That brings us to Nasara, who's probably just gonna follow. Hope for the best.
Wait, sorry, what came out of the green one?
This one over here is a toxic fume.
Poison.
All right, which brings us to So another toxic fume billows out from this brazier here, just, or this lantern, and then wafts into the air. Llewell.
I guess. Llewell's gonna take another step or two forward.
Okay.
And there's nothing in the thing?
Mm-mm.
Llewell's gonna use.
And you lost your jump spell, by the way.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Like you use that spell slot.
Llewell's gonna use create water
Okay.
above the thing.
Okay. Above here,
Yeah.
water appears and then falls into it, and settles.
Is it? What happens?
What happens?
Okay. That's Llewell's turn.
Okay. Percy.
I'm a GTFO. So I'll go towards the rest of them to try to investigate the.
Over here?
Yeah.
25, 30. Okay.
Do I see anything from here?
Nope. As at this point, you guys realize the door behind you is closed as well.
Yay.
Is that your turn?
Not really much else I can do.
Yavanna.
Fuck. My notes are horrible. Did somebody already check out the writing, the scroll work on the
I guess we tried, yeah.
try?
Tried and failed.
I couldn't see it on my turn. so-
Okay, I will investigate the writing.
Investigation check. Thinking, you see that there are a series of symbols going around it, and it clicks. Like in your head. One symbol looks like a drop of water.
Okay.
Another symbol looks like a icicle. One is just a skull. Then you have one that looks like a flame, and one looks like a bolt of lightning, kind of circling around it.
Are they aligned with
Mm-hmm.
where each of them are coming?
Yep.
Is that all I can do on my turn?
That's your investigation check. You still have your movement. That's your action. So
Yeah.
movement.
I mean, I'm already up close to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. so I'm gonna
Okay. Raksha.
Would you do?
Yeah, I'll tell. Guys, this has symbols that kind of correlate with all the weird shit. Everyone just come closer to the basin.
I'm gonna stand in front of the symbol that looks like an icicle.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab my axe, and I'm gonna hit the brazier where the symbol of the icicle is.
You swing. No.
So we have to activate the symbols, and then somebody has to make love in the middle of it.
I'm gonna touch the symbol with my hand.
My eyes light up.
You've used 10 feet of movement. You've used your action. Andy.
I haven't used any movement.
Yeah. You go over by this symbol. You did.
She was up.
I used how many feet of movement?
I thought she was up next to it.
She was
Yeah,
over
but you
here.
have to get to the.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah.
you want to stand in front of
Okay.
the symbol.
Okay.
Okay.
So I can't physically do anything else.
You can move.
Can I dip the head of the axe in the water and see what happens?
Nothing happens. That would be it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Well, I was just saying this. So what
You-
happens to all of these things?
You.
So, hey, I've been waiting since my last turn to say this.
Talking
So-
free action.
Yeah, okay. But anyhow, regardless, I think we either have to all everybody has to be in range of one of these things at the same time, or we have to get elements of all of these things into there. I don't know, but somehow we have to combine all five. That was that riddle, all five together. So I'm gonna say my piece, hold my breath, and I'm going to step of the wind over towards the toxic one.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Boom. All right.
Cool. And I am going to see if I can pull it out of the wall.
Okay, so as you get up to it, what you see is as you walk up to the lantern, you see inside of it, you see a hexagonal glass case, and along each edge there are tiny vials of liquid of various colors, and inside of this glass case is a crystal, a green crystal kind of floating inside the glass case.
Okay, so the
And
entire
the glass case is connected to everything.
so the lantern is made of this glass case, and inside of it is a crystal and several vials.
Well, the
of
lantern, and then there's a glass case inside the lantern.
Oh,
And then
okay.
inside the glass case, there's this crystal. The lanterns are like yay big around. The glass case is like this big, and there's this crystals floating in it.
Cool. I'm gonna try to grab the crystal out then.
Okay. You go to reach for it, and the glass is solid. Like you can't reach through, grab it.
Well, obviously I can't just open it. Sorry.
Yeah, nothing opens. You can roll a. I mean, looking at it, you can't really figure out what it needs. You see the other smaller vials with things in it, but you can't really find a way to open it.
So would that be like action to use an investigation to see if there is a way, or is it just there is no way?
No, there's not. You can use an action.
Okay. I wish I had kept that, right? Not intentional. Ooh, that's even better. 22.
22. Looking at it, you get the sense with your investigation check that the poison inside of this glass case that's contained is neutralized by one of these vials along the edges of it.
Wait, but the vials are inside the lantern.
They're on the
They're
outside.
on the outside.
I didn't.
They're on the outside
Understand
of the. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be your action, your movement.
Yeah, I'd have like another 20 feet, but that's not going to do that right now because I'm
Okay.
standing next to this one. But I am
Oh,
still
shit.
holding my breath,
Yes.
so I'm not going to be breathing in
Yes.
any types of fuel.
So you have nothing to worry about. Neither the rest of you, but you notice as all these activate again, the effects get 5 feet closer
Oh shit.
as they extend out and they come back in. And even the flames, they've gotten closer towards you from this one here. All right. Nasara is going to sit there and freak out.
She's not gonna use her fire resistance to go check out the fire door?
Nope.
I'll go to the fire.
I don't know, guys.
So you see the lightning arc out from over here all along that area. No one's in range of it. Brings us back up to Llewell.
They got 5 feet closer.
Mm-hmm. You got 10 feet closer, yeah. Oh no, the effects got 5 feet closer, yeah.
What if we just have to wait for them to fucking get in here and fucking hit the bowl? Which, if we were those stupid dragon peeps, they wouldn't be affected by their color thing.
I feel like waiting is probably a terrible idea.
Well, that's obviously
Can we
that's
all
not
just
what I'm
pick
gonna do, but
we all
that's
just pick a thing and go to it and then try to figure something out?
Well, because the thing is, if it's expanding that way, it's expanding this way as well. So by the time it gets to the center, I don't think there would be a safe space in this building.
That's what I was trying to say, was this was designed for the dragon peeps.
I know, but
who
I'm
would not be
saying
affected.
even the dragon people, they would only be immune to one type.
Well, then they're penitents or whatever the peeps do.
The riddles at the trial, the sleeping steps. What does that mean?
Let us not know. Juan just remembers the whole.
Are there any
together.
steps
Are
in
the
this room?
stairs still?
Wait, which one? Which of the?
And me putting it in the water didn't do shit.
If it's a brazier, maybe it has to be fire.
Who's got fire spells?
We were supposed to
No,
bring
Sarah.
them together. I also have fire spells, but
Okay.
I mean, I also have a flint.
Yes.
As we all should. Adventurous. It should be a thing.
What do you
Yeah,
do?
but it's gonna be hard to light a wet brazier on fire.
Lord knows this.
Well, it needs something
And
to burn anyway.
there's a lightning.
Yep.
The one I was gonna use call lightning
Okay.
on the this here.
And the brazier.
Yeah.
Tick, tick, tick. I need you to make a dex saving throw.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
As it strikes down on the brazier.
I have advantage on those though, so it's okay. But I might not need it.
You succeed, so you take half damage.
Okay, cool. Okay, so that's. Need math. 7.
7 points of damage. As you look, the water that was at the bottom is now steam. It just that evaporated all the water that was in it.
Well, Lua has tried 2 of the things that are on this. Lua does not understand, other than going to the lanterns, which Lua does not feel like getting her tail burned off or being shocked. It's nuts.
So you still have your movement.
We have to, maybe if we do them all at the same time. Can we try doing them at the same time? I don't know.
What
Would you
does-
told us about the crystal in the book?
What did the white one do?
Cold.
Nice.
So what if
Well, I was
we ripped
gonna
the crystals out of them all for
fucking
seatbelts?
stand there.
Okay. Percy.
We might have to neutralize each of them.
But it says to bring them all together.
And there was a crystal in the one with the gas, so
So we
maybe
might
there's
have-
one in each one then.
Maybe we have to bring the crystals and put them in the brazier.
But we might have to neutralize what's surrounding
The
them.
black one was just a liquid, right?
Mhm.
There's no crystal in there.
From where at your point you could just see the liquid. You weren't close enough to really look in.
Everyone get a crystal. Go pick something.
I'll go back towards the black one.
Okay.
Squishy. Next
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right up on it. Looking in.
Right up on.
Looking into this cylinder, you do see a black floating crystal. And let's see. And it's got bubbling dark liquid in it, and kind of like what you saw, there are like some vials lined on the outside of the cylinder, each filled with a powder or another kind of liquid.
I investigate them to see if I recognize any of them?
Yeah.
Because what kind of damage was this one doing?
Acid.
That's a 19. So 24?
19, and that was an investigation check.
Yeah, so what was 19 on the die? It's a 24.
Okay. So looking at it, they look like bases, like chemical bases.
Basis. So it was an action to investigate then?
Mm-hmm. All right, is that your turn?
Yep.
Yvonne.
I am going to.
Do teeples have fire resistance?
Yes.
they do.
I am going to. I am not close enough to get to the fire one, am I?
No, but you can start making way over.
I'll get up to it. And I don't have
30.
mage here. I don't have mage here.
You can
Yeah,
dash.
I'll dash.
5, 10, 15, 20. You get up right up on it, and looking right up on it. Looking into this one, you see inside the lantern. You just see this roaring inferno, just burning up. And in the middle of this roaring inferno, you do see a small red crystal just kind of floating in the flame.
Mine has a crystal.
Great.
Is there any vials or anything around it?
I'm just straightforward. I got it already.
Okay,
How many vials were outside of each other?
that's multiple.
Okay.
They just line the whole thing. So with that, I need a dex save from Percy and Yvonne, please.
Ooh. 25.
25.
That's 15.
Okay, you both succeed. You take half damage. You take quarter because you're fire resistant. 4, 10, 15, 7 points of damage, and 3 points of damage.
I approve.
Bam.
I'm just kind of like so inconvenient.
Raksha.
So I'm going to use my movement to get up to the white one.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, you got 35 feet or something like that.
40 feet.
Far bigger areas.
Yeah.
You get up to it.
So
And
is
you-
there anything surrounding?
Nothing surrounding, but as you get up to it, you see there's just this block of ice that encases inside of this lantern, and glowing inside it, you see a white crystal inside of the ice.
I'm gonna put my axe away and well, how big is the block?
It's huge,
Encasing.
encasing the
I'm not gonna put my axe away. I'm gonna hit the block of ice with my axe.
Okay. I would like you to make an athletics check.
How does 21 sound?
Don't be so cocky. You swing your axe and it shatters, and the axe hits the ice and shatters it, and it all falls at your feet, and floating there in the air is this white crystal.
Do I have enough action to
You
reach
can,
out and grab
you
it?
can grab it. Yeah.
Grab it.
You grab it. You feel the cold start to take your hand. Even for you, cold. But that would be your bonus action unless you want to use your bonus action for anything.
I am going to use my bonus action to face step back to the group. And I'm gonna keep the crystal in my hand and I'm gonna wait till everybody has theirs to drop it.
Okay. Sounds good. Yoon.
I am going to grab a couple of vials.
Okay. Make a medicine check.
Okay, look. That is 22.
22. You grab a few vials. They're in your hands, and as you grab a vial off, you see there's a little tube that you can place it in and dump the contents into it.
Awesome, let's do that.
And with the first one you grab, pop it, pour it in, and this whatever rolls into this, it neutralizes the poison gas on the inside and just turns to air. And then the case opens up, and you see the green crystal floating there.
Okie doke. I will grab the crystal,
Okay.
and I will mosey my way back over.
10, 40 feet.
40.
Yeah, you get back up to it, hold the crystal in your hand.
See,
Okay. Is that your turn?
see.
Awesome. Nasara is gonna freak out. All right, that brings us back up to the Guardians. Nothing happens.
Yay!
Luell.
I guess Luau will take lightning. And I would like to use my cat-like agilities.
To move all the way
Yeah.
a million miles away. And as you walk up to it, what you see is just these like arcs of energy just kind of all over the place. And inside of this maelstrom of lightning inside of this lantern, you see this floating blue crystal behind all of it.
No. This is gonna suck. Big old balls.
What do you do?
Luau is going to. Yeah, Luau's gonna reach in and grab it.
Oh no.
Make an acrobatics check for me, please.
$70?
17. You manage to reach in quick enough and grab the crystal before any of the arcing energy hits you. And as you do that, the arc stops. It dies. But as you're holding this crystal, you feel this sparkling, like,
I
energy.
imagine she's just kind of.
Like all her furs on it.
Yeah.
All the static electricity.
So you've used your movement, you've used your action.
Yep, so Luau's just standing here looking like she touched one of those things from the mall. You know, those ones.
Yeah. All right, Percy.
Yeah, no,
Little
works.
balls with the static.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, yeah.
Percy.
So I'm gonna try to get the right powder or whatever.
Okay.
mixture.
Make a intelligence check or investigation check.
How does a
50 sounds good enough. You manage to find the right vial, pour it in, and the liquid turns clear. And there's that black crystal floating in it, and you're able to take out now.
So I will grab the crystal and
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You're right at the edge of the brazier. Your turn? Okay. Yavanna.
So mine is still in
Mhm.
case of glass.
No, there's no glass. It's just flame all around it.
Okay. I'm going to reach in and grab it.
Make a constitution check with advantage because of your resistance to fire.
8.
Oh.
You take 6 points of fire damage already halved, and you can't manage to get your hand all the way in. The pain just sears, and you pull your hand back and recoil. It's still sitting there, and you've used your action.
That's my action?
Mhm.
Grab something?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty action. Well, Nasara, get over here!
All right, so I need a dex saving throw from you, Yavanna. 14 just succeeds. You manage to get out of the way of the flame blast. 9 points of fire damage already halved. And the well, that flame is getting real close to you.
This is really hot over here, guys.
You guys
Nasara!
Raksha. Start of your turn, you take 11 points of cold damage from holding this ice cold crystal in your hand as it starts to freeze up your arm.
When that happens, I'm just gonna pry open my fingers and drop it in the brazier.
Okay, you drop it, it ding ding ding, swirls on for a second, then stands up. Alright. It's your action.
That's all I'm doing.
Okay. Yoon. You as well, thank you for reminding me. Your look.
No, but do I take any if I
You do. As the
breath?
as the poison seeps
Okay.
into your hand and up, and you start to see these black veins go up your arm, you take 11 points of poison damage.
Okay. So I'm gonna gently put mine down in the brazier
It swirls and stands right next to its partner.
and be like, do either of you ladies need any assistance?
As I'm just yelling, Nasara!
Come on, we already have ours. Why are you guys being so slow?
This is hot!
Aren't you fire retardant?
I'm resistant, and it's very, very hot.
Not supposed to use that word, Raksha!
What's the difference between? I mean,
Just take care of your own crystal.
I already put it in.
Is that your turn, you?
Do you need me to come help?
I'm just yelling. Get Nasara, get over it! Nasara, just
Okay, I'm gonna stay put.
Okay.
there's lots of yelling all going on at once.
And the Sarah's gonna dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 45, 50, 55. She gets up close to it, using her action to get up there, and she just looks at you.
What were you doing?
grab the gosh darn crystal already.
Gosh, grab the crystal.
Alright. So that one's deactivated. Nothing happens on the Guardian's turns. Luell.
Luell would like to get over to the big old boat, please.
Before you do that,
Yep.
10 points of electric damage
Okay, okay.
as it's starting to electrocute your arm.
You said it was just sparkly.
Should it be sparkly?
You get up to it,
What happens if you hold sparkler for too long?
drop it, swirls, spins, and there's 3 crystals in there now. Percy, you got 20 points of acid damage.
Ow, lady.
So I'm gonna move forward and just be like, does anyone think this is maybe a bad idea?
One other
Put it in in there.
I mean, we've already started.
Drop it in. It spins and then stands next to his partners as well. Is that your turn?
Can I bonus action with your boots?
Yes, you can. Yvonne.
I am going to give myself bardic inspiration with my bonus action.
Can you do that already?
Give yourself bardic
Yeah.
inspiration? I think so.
There's a certain point that you earn that, I believe. It's a class feature.
Other than you. Okay.
Yep.
I'll give bardic inspiration to Nasara.
Okay.
But I am going to, again, try to...
Constitution
It's
save.
like,
Constitution check with advantage.
$14.
14. You thrust your hand into the flame. As you're reaching forward, just fighting through the pain, you grab Crystal and bring it out of the fire. Just enough.
Is there anything else I can do?
You can move.
Was that my action?
That's your action.
Okay. I will move 30 feet.
You're not quite to the brazier yet.
Can I throw it in there, or is that an action?
That's an
as
action.
well?
That'd be an action. Yep. Yep.
So many fucking things.
Is that that'd be your turn.
That's my turn.
Raksha.
I'm just waiting for Yvonne.
I'm just
to
like,
come.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
You-
Someone can take it from me and put it in there.
I want to take it from her.
Okay, you run over and you grab the crystal from her.
Oh, chuck it in the
Chuck it
bowl.
in the bowl. Chuck it in the bowl. It swirls and stands with all four of its compatriots, and they spin and then combine together.
So I'm like steaming.
They look warm. We'll put like frozen, copper hands.
Oh, that feels good. Okay. That's nice. That's nice.
Trying to smooth it down my fur and it's just popping right back up.
I imagine my hands a little moist.
As you
from
all
that
stand
bowl.
around this
Start
brazier,
putting
these
fur down.
crystals combine together into one,
Combined.
and
Oh.
Captain Planet emerges. But it's
Told you
me,
it was love.
the shape of me. And as they combine, they melt away into the brazier, and a door over here you didn't see before slides open.
Well, that's ominous.
Hey guys, there's a door. It's our only way out of here.
Let's get out of here before we die.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. So I'm not well before we die.
Yeah,
So I'm
right. So Percy is going to once again use her paranoid powers.
Okay.
I'm gonna take up the rear with Sarah in front of me.
All right.
And use my assistance.
Is anybody else hurting? Like I'm kind of hurting a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I kind of look at Percy as I take out a healing potion.
Go for it.
Okay. I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a healing potion too.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
if the door slides open, a short passageway appears before you. Cavern maybe 20 feet tall, maybe 60 feet long. Dark gray stone flecked with platinum and rubies rises in front of you, just all over the place. It's just glittering with red and platinum. Stalagmites and stalactites litter the path ahead of you, but you can see another smooth wall on the far end. The far end of the room.
No doors.
No other doors, no other traps, nothing. No creatures inside, just you.
I'm sorry, can you explain it again? The room? Just stalactites and stalagmites and nothing else in there?
Yeah, it's a cavern. There's rubies and there's flecks of rubies and platinum in all of the stone, like all throughout all of the stone. Stalagmites, stalactites, and on the far end a smooth wall of stone. From what you can see on this 60 feet away, you can see the smooth.
I'm gonna move forward.
Okay.
By the way, do the rubies and platinum seem like they're in veins or like they were placed there?
In veins.
Okay.
So as you approach, you notice the wall consists, it's completely worked. It's been chiseled smooth. Within the stone you see 12 sets of seams that each looks like its own little outline for a door. And in each door Looks like it could fit one humanoid creature in it. But in each door, there is a depression for a hand.
Is there any differences between the doors?
They all look the same.
No carvings around it?
What about the hand depressions?
That's it. That's
Are they all the same humanoid?
they're all the same humanoid. Yeah.
Do we each want to take a door?
That leaves.
This is so reminding me of the holes myself.
That means that leaves like 6 of them without.
Yeah, let's just do one door at a time.
How close are they?
They're each side by side.
Can we reach 2 of them?
I mean, you probably could.
All
There's
guys.
6 of us.
We can do.
But if we open 2 doors and there's something behind both doors that isn't friendly.
But everything it seems like everything needs to be done in unison here. Like everything's working tandem.
We'll just touch one of the doors for now. Let's see if it opens one at a time, or
So I will reach out and touch the first one to my right.
You touch it, and the handprint sets into the stone. As the stone rises up, and a doorway appears, and it's a small little room, enough room for one of you to fit into. And it looks like there's another door on the other side, with another handprint in it.
So do we just continue here?
We can all just follow along single file.
Yeah.
We don't have to do separate doors, but we can do
I-
if we want.
I would prefer to do one at a time just in case there's anything behind the other one.
We'll do the second doorway then.
Okay.
Follow through?
You touch the door. The door behind you closes.
Oh shit!
yeah, I saw that.
Are we
coming.
going in?
Do I
Just
like
her.
go yeah.
Oh shit!
one at a
Oh shit!
time?
As the door in front of you
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Yeah. You good?
Fine
opens.
so far. Do I see anything in front of me?
Make an investigation check.
13.
You see another doorway, but one that you can actually turn it open, and a carving on the doorway.
What's the card?
It's a draconic. Did you something you want to do?
Percy, don't move. I'm gonna put my hand in the handprint in the doorway that Percy just went in.
Okay.
Does anything happen?
Nope.
What's going on?
I was trying to open it from my side.
There's another door in here.
But if you look back, there are 12 sets of doors, including the one that you came out of, on the wall that you came from.
Wait.
There are 12 doors.
So all the doors go to
So,
the
so you're
same
seeing the
room.
backside of
Oh.
all those 12 doors.
Oh. Well, you guys should try to open some of the other doors. It looks like they all lead to this room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You each open your own door. The
Yeah.
first door slides open. You can enter in and then
What's up, guys?
push in. You're all now in this room. Do you see this? It's a stone door, but it's one that you can clearly unlatch and go through. But there is a carving in Draconic.
Yay! Draconic.
Getting our AR points.
When do I get my internet certificate? The Chromalastrum, beseeching distant vastness between the stars, began the blood rite that would vacate the second pantheon from their seats of power within the astral sea. Endeavoring to halt the ritual, Helm the Vigilant, Torm the Righteous, and Tyr the Maimed merged 3 divinities into one, becoming a single deity named Triumvirate. Each enter alone, find your true essence, combine them to become one, and build Triumvirate once again.
So those doors were us entering alone, and this chamber is us combining.
I don't know.
Wants us to.
Because it's saying this on the entrance to the next room, so I almost think it's saying that we enter this next room one at a time, but the thing is, do we want to do this?
What other option do we have?
Do we want to combine ourselves and what does this even mean?
Maybe
What does it mean to become the
So
triumvirate?
So these 5 Dragonborn were trying to get rid of the gods by.
They weren't dragonborn, they were dragons.
Okay, dragons.
Chromatic dragons.
So these dragons did this blood ritual, right? And these people sounded like they were trying to stop the ritual. The triumvirate doesn't sound terrible.
With your religion check from before, you know that Tyr, Torm, and Helm are gods from the second pantheon. They were, from what you've heard and what you've been told, they were each individual gods that were cast from the heavens during God's fall.
So did they try to combine themselves or try to combine other gods?
You've never heard of this before. This is the first time you're hearing of combining, but it sounds like from that they merged their essences together to form.
I mean, we've already come this far.
But we've come this far to get a prayer book, not to do some sort of ritual that may or may not have effect on the world or on pantheons or things beyond that. We don't know what kind of effect this could have.
I think it's just a metaphor.
Do I sense anything from my goddess? Any particular inspiration or?
Make a religion check.
Ooh, that's a natural 20.
22. Religion is +2. That's amazing. Nothing direct, but you get the sense that this is the way she wants you to go.
Look, I don't know much of. For a cleric, I don't know much of gods, but I feel like this is right. If you guys want to come with, you're welcome to. But I'm gonna keep going.
Are we going in one at a time?
That's what it says to do.
Well, how big is the door? Is it big enough for us all to enter at once?
I mean, you can no. I mean, it's single file.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just walk. I'm down. Let's do this.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I don't want you all going in by yourselves.
I'll go after you.
You open the door. You go to enter in, and in front of you is darkness. Just pure darkness. Even with your dark vision far enough out, you can't really see much. But as you pass through the doorway, you notice there's some arcane sigils along the inside of the doorway, and divine sigils. And as you pass through, they flash with a little bit of light.
Do I know what they say? Or what they're for?
Now, this is way before
Ancient.
your magic. But as you step on to these big stone stone tiles in this room, every step you take, there are small sigils on the floor that light with each step that you take. And when you stop, they stay a light underneath your feet. Same thing for as you each pass through, the same thing would happen.
So the door didn't shut behind me. They can.
As you all enter in.
Can we see her once she gets into
Yeah,
the room though?
yeah, you can all see her.
So keep going forward.
Okay.
I'm trusting.
Yeah.
Do you all go through the doorway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You all go through the doorway. As you pass through, you hear closes behind you, and then this lantern lights in the middle of this massive cavern. It's hanging freely. There's nothing holding it to the ceiling of this cavern, but it's this warm yellow light. And in front of you, you see a statue, but broken into 3 pieces. And one piece consists of a leg and the back part of her torso, the other leg and part of the front torso and arm. The last piece is the head and the other arm on the rest of its torso, and they're placed in 3 different places in the room. Not far from each other, maybe 30 feet from one another, and they are each doubly as large as each one of you. But it looks like they are actually on tracks that would lead them to each other. In the middle, where you see a let me see here, I lost my notes. And there's an altar in the middle, about 7 feet in the air, and it's a crystal. There's a crystal connected to the top. And then you notice that the room, again, is lined with all these arcane and divine sigils running throughout the stone floor, the walls, the ceiling, and the statue itself. And on the other end of the room, you see another statue of a creature that you can only imagine in your nightmares, looming over all of you, about 20 feet from floor to ceiling, with a face rippled and scarred, where its mouth would be a mass of tentacles hanging down to the floor. Its hands are made of tentacles as well, and it's just a statue carved into the stone.
What is that?
That's disgusting. Do you guys know what that is? Do I
It's
know?
very
You can roll a history check.
looks like it choked on an octopus.
Not natural 20.
15.
No.
Never heard of this.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you said these pieces are on tracks.
hmm
I mean, we should push them
To push them
together.
together? I mean, that thing said to find our essence to bring things together.
Is there
Could
anything
have
else?
just been the metaphor for the 3 pieces of
You're right, I did say it was a metaphor.
Yeah. I mean, there's 3 of them, and then there's 3 pieces of the statue.
Alright, two to each piece, and let's just push them.
I mean, Raksha can handle one, and well, me and Asara can do the other. And you can help you.
I have +2 to strength.
Well, that is
I
fantastic.
have +0.
Okay.
You want to push with me?
Yeah.
So everyone make an athletics check.
Oh, natural 20.
1,
16.
16,
23.
23,
Yeah, girl.
9.
9,
And like 22.
with your modifier,
20.
total 20.
Yes, I am not strong.
Okay.
I
So
am sexy, not strong.
as you all start to push on these pieces of statue, you notice, the two of you, that the arcane sigils underneath your feet start to glow red. And where
Between
you,
you and I?
yeah, and where you're touching the statue, it glows red as well. And they starts to move. And all 3 move a little closer towards the middle.
Is yours glowing? Ours is glowing.
Is ours glowing?
Nope, just those 2.
Push harder.
Oh, can Desara use her bardic inspiration that I gave her?
No, wasn't.
Sure.
Weren't you helping you?
Yeah.
So wasn't it just the one piece that was glowing, not the 2 pieces?
No, all 3 pieces.
Oh, they're all glowing?
Not necessarily glowing, but they start to move.
But ours is
Yeah.
the only one that's glowing.
Okay.
So basically, if you move one, it reflects on all of them?
Push
Should
harder.
you push again?
Yeah.
Okay. So Raksha, Percy, who else? Athletics checks.
You guys are just
Mother effer. It's even worse. You're going to jail.
10.
15?
Team. And Asara. Natural 1.
Oh.
You push with all your strength and nothing moves. Nothing
Come over and
budges.
help us with this one.
Fine. Yeah. Go over there.
Yeah, we can just all get on one.
Make athletics checks. Not you 2.
Oh.
Ooh, much better. Holy
Oh, yeah.
19.
23.
Oh, come on.
See, you just needed to be next to us.
The well.
Yes.
As you push with all your strength. Red light. As everything starts to move together a little bit more.
Once my hands are, can I like side eye the weird tentacly
Yeah.
thing? Like, I just want to kind of like keep my people on.
Yeah.
Has that one moved at all?
No, just stay still.
I
So
wanted to pull like a reverse Medusa on us and just like come out of the ball.
you guys keep rolling athletics checks, or you're gonna try something else?
I mean, we're still just doing it.
Raksha's like, I do one thing!
17?
Well, so you
17.
get up besides athletics.
Something worse.
You push, and it seems to be drawing the energy, not the energy from you, but it draws its power from those of you who succeeded.
What is?
26.
Why is it so goddamn heavy?
It's not that heavy.
It's really heavy.
Okay. Is she looking like super?
She's getting pretty tired.
Okay. Well, the thing said, like, find your essence or something weird like that. Like, what are you really good at?
I can't do that here.
Says
Oh, okay. That's a conversation. That's a conversation for another
You're
day.
good at preventing death.
I'm a healer, okay? I bring you guys back when you go die. I have noodle arms.
Can you?
Noodle arms!
Can you like?
Okay, how about
Can you do something?
You heal me while I push on this.
Or can you like do something to the stone? Like give it, I don't know,
Heal the stone.
heal the
You want me
stone?
to heal the stone?
I don't know.
Your essence.
Give it your,
Okay, I guess I'll try to.
I don't know, do
I'll
something.
work. I'll do a cantrip first. I'll try to cast light on
You're just casting light?
it. Yeah. Just to
Make an
see.
Arcana check with advantage.
Ooh, that's good. Natural 20.
All three.
Hey! I did a thing!
Who's the only one who hasn't done anything yet?
All of you.
Oh, yeah,
Got it.
sorry, I was here for
Yeah, it was just me.
So-
My noodle arm.
They merge together, and you see this massive statue of this being. With your check from religion earlier, you notice that there's a hammer in the plate mail. The glove has an eye on it, and the helmet is missing an eye. So this is imagery of the three different gods now becoming one.
So it was a hammer, plate mail, and then
A missing eye.
And well, the eye is on the. There's an eye on the back of the gauntlet. And as this statue merges, you hear
Oh shit.
as it stands
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
steps.
We are friendly?
It turns around,
Go after the tentacle dude.
walks to the tentacle statue, and just smashes through it as rubble just falls all around
Oh,
it,
I like this.
Yeah, I didn't like that statue either.
revealing a door on the other end.
Thank
As
you.
it turns back around,
Statue, sir?
makes it step back,
Cut back away.
stands in the spot, and then that divides up in three pieces again. One more check, and you guys would have had to fight an iron golem.
So glad.
Alright, so, hey, door guys.
Let's go through that
Let's
door.
go check the door.
Do you want to check the door?
I would like to check the door.
Roll investigation check.
25.
I'm grabbing
More draconic.
More
a
draconic.
little piece of tentacle stone.
Sounds
You tied tentacle stone into your hair?
I haven't tied it in yet, and I don't have hair.
Your moss.
Macrame cape thing, but yeah.
The triumvirate's efforts were a fruitless counter to the right, casting the second pantheon from their seats of divinity. God's fall commenced. 1,000 years later, the first descendants were born. Twin dragonborn, one silver, one red. Upon learning this, Bahamut told his first lie. Tiamat hunted these twins and sent one named Drevin to ensure no ascendant would ever hunt her. Tiamat believed these to be the ascendants of herself and Bahamut, but he knew they were not. They were to be the triumvirate. To save them, Bahamut told his first lie and made a sacrifice that will haunt him for an eternity. Tell the lie, make the sacrifice.
You guys know the lie?
I think the lie is that
That the twins were ascendants to Bahamut
I
and
think the
Tiamat.
lie is that the platinum was the good one, and the red was the evil.
But if they're supposed to be, he thought that they're supposed to be the thing, isn't there like a third part to that?
So, twin dragonborn, one silver, one red. Upon learning this, that they were the twin dragonborn born, Bahamut told his first lie. So,
Wait,
Bahamut told a lie upon the birth of both of those. Because Tiamat hunted the twins and sent Drevin to ensure no. I don't understand this part though. To ensure no ascendant would ever hunt her.
Drevin
Who's Drevin?
Drevin was the guy in the letter that the guys were supposed to go. The erudite, right? Was that him? No. Who's Drevin? Why have I heard that name before?
Have any of us heard that name before?
Roll history checks.
What did it say about the natural 20?
11.
Total?
Total is 22.
22.
16.
Did you roll?
Nah, mine was low.
Okay. Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, because it said that he said that it thought that they were the thing, and there was 3 that made the other one, right?
So
So
it
then-
sounds well, so
like
this part
not-
is so Tiamat believed these to be the ascendants of herself and Bahamut, but Bahamut knew that they were not. They were to be the triumvirate. So the twin dragons weren't supposed to be the replacements for Tiamat and Bahamut. They were supposed to be the triumvirate instead.
Well, try means 3, so where's the 3rd?
It could just be a replacement for triumvirate. It doesn't have to be a literal, exact numerical replacement. Maybe.
One and
Or-
one.
or maybe there is a
Third,
third.
because
Wait,
five
combination?
wasn't-
What about the baby?
What baby? What baby?
Because remember the red one got married and had a kid?
Oh, she had a kid.
He.
Right, so there's a door. There was no traps or anything.
Well, but it was you have to tell the lie. What was the last line? Tell the lie and
Make the sacrifice.
make the sacrifice.
Well, because descendants have to kill the old god to
Yeah.
replace them.
So
She killed
Tiamat
them.
wanted them dead because she thought they were going
Yeah.
to take over her power. Bahamut lied and said that that's what they were, and she believed it, and that's why she sent someone to hunt them down.
But to
Muhammad
save them.
Told his first lie and made a sacrifice that would haunt. It could be.
He gave himself.
Bahamut
remember when we
stepping
spoke to
down?
him? Yeah, he said he.
Wait, but why did Dredden or whatever his name was only hunting her? Was only hunting Alea Sylvana?
No, wasn't he?
No,
No,
he
he
was
was hunting the
red one.
The red.
No, because the red one is a boy.
Yeah, but the descendants don't have to be the same gender. But
No, but I'm
that's-
saying in that line it says Dreven hunting her or
No,
something.
no, no.
like
To
that.
ensure no ascendant would
Hunt
hunt.
Tiamat.
Would hunt
Oh, okay. That's the
So-
clarification I needed. Thank you.
Maybe the lie was like you said. Alea was supposed to replace Tiamat, and
Tiamat. No, because Bahamut didn't want
'Cause
those
it
two
says-
killed, so he was gonna say that they were not.
But they're not. He said that he knew that they were not their ascendants.
What if it was though
To save them.
that
Bahamut
Tiamat
was the first
thought
one.
Alea Sylvana was to replace her, and that the red one was to replace Bahamut, and Bahamut was like, "No, I can guarantee you that this one is not." And so that's how the switch got made.
What if he told Tiamat that they were killed, and he made some sort of sacrifice? What if he?
I wonder if telling the lie made the sacrifice. If telling the lie
So
is
God's-
what made him step down.
I don't know. How about we open the door and find out?
We have to tell the lie to open the door, right?
Maybe
that's
there'll
what
be
I
extra
say
keys.
that.
Is it locked?
No, it looks like it's a normal
Alright,
door.
let's step through.
You open the door. So, as you enter in, you see you're in another cavern that looks like it goes beyond the scope of your dark vision. You immediately see the back of a massive stone statue, not like the one you saw before. Clearly has mechanical like joints and roughshod, but it's a statue. Close to 15 feet tall. All around you in the circular room that you see as these lanterns light around the room, these floating lights illuminating everything. You see what look to be, compared to you, massive cradles scattered around the room.
Like
baby
cradles? Like baby cradles? Or
Yeah,
like.
like baby cradles. And as you kind of move around the statue, you see the sculpture in front of you that you walked right next to is that of a human male. Handsome in features, short beard, long hair, very well carved. And in one hand, he carries a greatsword. In the middle of the room, you see another sculpture of what look to be two adult dragonborn kneeling on the ground together. And in their arms, there are two smaller dragonborn in their arms, one carved of ruby, one carved of platinum. And kind of looking at everything, you notice that the statue is on a metal track that leads right to the sculpture in front of it. And behind the sculpture of these two dragonborn in the middle of the room, you see another dragonborn sculpture standing, plate mail armor, with his hands out like this.
Is he on a track?
Nope.
So what's the only thing that's on the track?
Is the statue of the human.
So it goes human statue, dragonborn,
Dragonborn
baby,
with babies, and then another dragonborn behind that.
and
That's,
only the human is on a track,
Mhm.
going straight
Yep.
towards the dragonborns,
Mhm.
but it doesn't go past.
Apparently,
Okay.
so we have to move.
and it starts to
The door starts to shut.
move forward, the statue.
Oh,
I want to run around and investigate the cradles and see if anything is inside of them.
Make an investigation check.
Is his greatsword drawn?
Yeah.
No.
It's in his hand.
This must be the man.
this
the
is
words.
Dreven?
12.
Okay,
12.
hold on. I thought this. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, just looking around, each cradle has a different sculpture of another dragonborn child in it. And each sculpture is a different material.
Did he swap out the babies?
Yeah.
I think so.
Did you just swap out the?
So he
Sons?
sacrificed another dragonborn. So Draven, the assassin, killed an innocent.
Well,
Two, in a sense. But which ones? It just says tell the lie.
The lie is going to be switching.
Let's start.
As the statue is moving.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run up
Is
and
there,
grab
is
one
there a
of the.
significant difference between the two different ruby ones and the two different, like,
Well, the ones with different material, they're like, you see one that's made of like a jade. One that's made of onyx. One that's made of bloodstone. One that's made of...
I'm gonna run up to the first cradle
Okay.
and just see if I can pick it up.
Yeah, it's heavy, but you're able to pick it up.
And I'm
it's,
gonna try to. I'm gonna.
and it's one of the,
Over.
it's one that's bloodstone.
Okay.
As you,
I will go and remove the ruby
okay.
from the dragonborn that's kneeling up front.
Are there any
Okay.
that look somewhat metallic?
Yeah, one looks like it's made of like a, I can't remember the name of the fucking material, but like a fake silver.
Some tyrant one. Hematite.
So yeah, one of those two.
So I'm gonna
It's
try
not-
to take
Pyrite
that
is.
yeah, I think it's pyrite. It's full silver.
Hematite is black.
Yeah.
Hematite is.
Like a shade
Or
of
it's,
black.
Yeah, it's a.
yeah.
But either way,
dark gray.
You find one that's kind of silverish, and then you're carrying the ruby over, and
Yeah.
you're or the bloodstone.
bloodstone.
And
Yeah,
you're
I'm
gonna-
just removing the ruby so that others can
Okay.
replace
So
it.
you remove the
move
ruby.
platinum
I'll
one.
move the platinum one.
Okay, heavy. I managed to grab it.
I'll put the.
Okay.
I put the bloodstone.
You put the bloodstone and you put the fake silver one in the arms of the dragonborn, kneeling, and then nothing happens. It's still moving.
I will put the ruby back in the cradle that
We-
the bloodstone came from.
Yeah. Put that in the cradle.
Oh yeah, I'll go put it in the cradle.
It's still.
What do we
Are there any
say?
that look more red?
I
Any
think-
other one?
I think it's going to keep going and
Or
it's
do we
just
have to
going
make the
destroy
sacrifice?
them.
yeah.
You still see the dragonborn on the other side, hands out.
The other two, the platinum one.
Take him out of the cradle and put him in the.
Okay, so the ruby and the platinum go to that dragonborn.
Yeah, and as you do, by this time, Dreven, as you figured it out, his arms are moving and he's lifting his greatsword above his head towards this prostrate couple with now their fake babies in their arms.
I like this.
And you place it in the hands of this dragonborn, and it just turns. The statue just turns, and as it turns, a door opens up. And beyond this door, you just feel cold. Not like cold, uncomfortable cold come in, but just this cool, chill air kind of flow through into this room.
Does Dreven stop?
It keeps moving.
I wanna wait to see what happens.
I told.
Yeah, I'm going to the
Okay.
next room.
Did the dragonborn with the ruby and the platinum go down this doorway?
It just turned, and it basically lifted the dragonborn children up. That's it. It just turned, and then that door opened.
Do what I think happens.
Mm-hmm.
I watched too.
Well, this that.
Let's get out of this room.
Okay. You make your way into the next room. And as you pass through, all of a sudden, you feel that cold coming from, you look and you see this pure white, metallic-looking door in front of you. And there's light coming from underneath it. And there's also air kind of blowing in from underneath there as well. And you can open it, but there is a carving in Draconic on it as well. Okay.
What does the check?
Congratulations, y'all just lost your souls. The trial of sacrifice. These will be my last written words. It is the eve of the final battle of the War of the Ascendants. Tomorrow we will tear the divinity from Bahamut and Tiamat. We know not whether they will walk the world in mortal form or perish from the realms. Bahamut chose this path, for it is the only way to stop Tiamat's rise to godhood once again. Tomorrow we take our last steps in these mortal bodies and finally take our seat upon the throne of the Triumvirate. Tomorrow my sister will take my life and I will take hers. The ruse will continue until the worthy read these words and the sacrifice is made. One sacrifice for the word and the authority of the truth.
As you finish reading it, the door swings open. And as it swings open, you look in and you see a room made of the same white material, this metallic mineral almost, circular with curving columns throughout all of it. And beyond that room, there's an archway, and beyond this room, you see a window looking out into blue sky. But between you and this window, there's an altar. And on this altar, there is a very large book wrapped in cloth.
So Luau's hunches were right. There has to be a third. It's just not. The ruse will continue.
Why do you think that there has to be a third?
Because it said, waiting for the worthy one to come
It just says the ruse will continue.
until, did it not? Until somebody
Until
sacrificed
somebody
to
finds
be the worthy
words.
one.
Take our steps.
But why does the ruse have
The ruse
to?
will continue until the worthy read these words and a sacrifice is made. One sacrifice for the word and the authority of the truth. Well, the truth is that Elias Slavana and Roth Vidar were never killed. And
They were, they killed each other.
In order to ascend.
yeah,
Yeah.
But they were not
they were not
killed by
sacrificed.
Drebin.
Yeah.
Like Tiamat thought.
I feel like that's not really much of a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like enough of, you know what I mean? That Bahamut was
Is it
not
his?
so ineffable good that he sacrificed innocence
And
for the
lied.
greater good of keeping Tiamat from ruling everything. It can't have been an easy choice.
But he lied and let two innocents die.
Maybe there's a good reason that he's not a god anymore.
Does there seem to be anything like protecting this book or walk up to it? I'm not gonna touch it though.
You walk up to it, and it's just a folded cloth. Clean, pure white cloth folded over this book, sitting there on this altar. And this altar is made of the same white material this room is made out of. And there's that cool air blowing in from the window.
I'm gonna grab the book.
Because the
Guys?
truth could also be that Elias Silvana is not who we imagined.
I'm gonna peel back the cloth.
Back the cloth. And as you peel back the cloth, you see set into this leather-bound tome, you see a circle, half platinum, half ruby, and then a stone set for each of the color dragons all around it.
You should open it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna open this shit up.
You open it.
Love's not gonna look. No, Love's not gonna look.
You open the book, and in Draconic, it just says the last words and prayers of Droth Vidar and Alea Sylvana. And you hear a voice behind you say, "Well done."
I close
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna
book.
turn around.
I'm like holding it,
I'm trying to look,
like with a cloth.
and you see a dragonborn at first, but then you notice that its arms are a little bit too long, just like its legs. It stands about 7 feet tall, and you can't quite grasp the color of its scales. It seems to always be shifting. You see these pure black eyes set in its face. It just stands there and looks at you.
I'm
Who are
gonna
you?
move in front of Ivana. Block her from his line of sight.
He's looking at all of you, not just her.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but put her behind me.
Who are you?
I am the sun.
Of who?
Droth Vidar?
Yes.
Oh.
How do we know he's telling the truth?
I kind of inside check him.
Sure. You insight check a Nephilim.
Well, that's a natural one.
No, yeah. Someone says if the gods said,
Fuck you, Lana.
The son of who?
Droth Vidar.
You're why are you
I am the guardian of this place.
here? And do you let us get here?
I let you do nothing.
We proved ourselves worthy?
You passed my father and my aunt's tests. They find you worthy of the truth. Now you must make the sacrifice.
What's the sacrifice?
You either choose to continue the ruse or let the truth be told.
What if we tell the truth?
You will unend the 2,000 years of doctrine and law written by the church.
Is that such a terrible thing?
Considering that you need prayers going to the triumvirate and not to Alea Sylvana and Droth Vidar in the coming days.
What?
My mother wishes to make an appearance,
Who's your mother?
the one you all fear the most.
You've got to be shitting me.
I don't know who I fear them.
Yeah.
I don't know who this is.
I don't know. No, here's man on her head. She's not very into
Percy, share. Percy, who are we fearing?
I'm not sure if that was metagaming or not.
Yeah. Excuse me. Who is this?
Tiamat.
Yeah,
Isn't she dead?
Fuck.
Wait.
No,
Fuck, that's right.
she does not have her divinity, but she still lives.
She fell to earth like Bahamut did.
Oh, and she wants
So
to
she
like
got
come say
like a
hi.
physical form, and then she made a baby with her ascendant because she's an evil witch.
Very astute.
Whose side are you on?
Well, neither. I'm just a guardian.
So, does your mom know
Just his mom know.
Know of what?
the truths? Since, you know,
So if we
If
tell,
we tell
the
the
truth,
truth, people stop praying to the triumvirate.
People start praying to the triumvirate.
and inhibit
stop.
Tiamat.
And stop praying to them individually.
and together.
Well, because the triumvirate was kind of a position that was passed down a little bit. But the thing is, right now, I think they're only praying to Alea Sylvana, and they're not praying to
I'm sure there are followers of Droth.
Droth Vidar, but not much.
Like those that you fought on the way in.
Oh,
My
shit.
siblings.
Oh.
Sorry, but they attacked us first.
I don't think he cares.
Different father, I am alright with it.
Okay.
Let
Half
them know
siblings.
that
Got it.
they're allowed to use words first.
Well, they're dead now, so.
I figured there are other siblings and other followers of Drophidar. Yeah.
Well,
Should-
I assure you they learn their brashness from their father.
Do you think that would be
Who's
good
their
if
father?
your mom, like, were to make an appearance? Do you think that's a good thing?
Not for you, no.
No, it's a terrible, terrible, terrible.
I don't know. I don't know
Who's
this,
their dad?
this thing.
So why does praying to Triumvirate prevent her
I still
from
want to know the answer to this.
Yeah.
Coming back.
Their father is your king.
Who's king?
Your king.
Your
My king? What was not have king?
You have king?
Oh, I assure you certainly do.
Who's your king?
What is crazy reptilian man saying to the well?
The Crimson King.
Oh, yeah, that king.
Oh,
I
you
thought
have
that
a
was
king.
just a title.
It is.
Who's the Crimson King?
The King of Highhold. Where she is from, yes?
A
Yes.
very not good person.
But it's not like one person, right?
We don't know.
So
Well, that's why I'm
Tiamat's
asking
just
the
around
man.
in a humanish form, making babies to destroy us all.
For thousands of years, yes.
So we need to tell. So we need to tell the truth then.
So were your siblings half human?
They were half dragon.
What's the other half?
I
When
do not know.
dragons mate
Celestial?
with humans, they create half humans.
Does it have to be human?
Huh?
Does it have to be human? Is the Crimson King a human?
No, but
He could be.
humanoid.
You don't have those answers.
No.
Okay.
So you want me to? Well, you want us to go out and
Tell the truth. What if people are not gonna believe? People are gonna believe us.
they will if we
What
have
does it say in the
this.
book?
So Tiamat's got her phalanges in the Highhold businesses.
Claws.
Your words are amusing. Thank you. Yes.
Well, I was trying to be respectful.
You are.
Well, okie dokie. So,
What does that mean?
it means Lual is processing. It is filling of words.
Where is
Filling
she?
the silence, yes.
Where is she now?
I assume that she's on her throne at the Kingdom of Highhold.
She's Queen of Highhold.
Yes.
Do you know? Have you seen? You met her?
Lual got out when she was very young. Very.
Well, that
Very
explains
young.
a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Lual doesn't know what she's supposed to do with these informations.
What has your mother done about knowing that she was tricked?
Oh, I'm sure she was very angry. I'm sure some of her children died in the process.
Sounds about right, but you don't know anything of the Alchemassic?
No.
How long have you been here?
Oh, since I was born.
How old are you now?
Well, time works differently here.
So
At
that's not
least
just
a couple,
dragon
at least
thing?
1,000 years.
In your time, yes.
So that's not just like a dragon thing. You're not aging
No,
much. Okay.
no, and I believe it'd be 2,000 years in your time. But for me, time could have been 5 minutes. It could have been an eon.
Now, what if we were to take this book out of here in order to have a little bit of proof about
That's-
what the truth
This
is?
is the point, right?
That's what you're here for.
I know. I'm asking what will happen to you.
I stay
What are you guarding then?
with this palace. As it motions towards the window. And from the window, you look out and you see this massive mountain in the distance. And above this mountain, you see a bright white light. This Mount Celestia. Welcome to heaven.
We die.
Okay,
Dead.
I think
No.
we found a passageway.
Yes. We would not kill you.
Intentionally.
How powerful is this book? Like,
The book itself doesn't hold any power.
Does
It's
it?
information.
Yes.
So a lot of power.
So bringing this in, bringing it into a really dangerous place.
Wait a minute, what did What's Spot want us to do with it?
We're supposed to sell it.
Yeah. I feel like we scribe a couple copies. Or. Because nobody says we have to sell the original.
We're trying to sell it to the Platinum Coterie,
No,
who is corrupt. They're
Yeah.
going to want to hide the shit out of this.
no, they're going to want to burn it. The thing is, yeah, we give them a fourth copy.
But the king, this was an order of the king, right? Is this, like, does he know the truths?
No, this
Or is
was.
this purely to get monies to help his cause?
It wasn't the king that asked us to do this. He asked us to get the
It was
I thought
Carmen.
it was.
Dragonborn.
It was
It was
Carmen.
the
Carmen.
The sea captain, the naval commander.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, because
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
two
he's
separate
aware.
things that coincided. He just asked us to get the secret guard.
And what did he want us to do with it?
He wanted us to sell it to the Platinum Coterie so we could get money to pay the people that were.
The Bronze Scythe, who are the smuggling organization.
He used them to smuggle the food in.
Yeah,
the
so we'll
ships.
pay his bid to the Scythe so we can bring the food in the king's name.
Well,
Is anyone proficient in forgery?
Lyle can hardly write her names.
I assure you, forging this document, and this is a very
Yes.
thick book. You get the sense that it was both their prayer books put together,
The
their
thing
journals.
is, if it's something that nobody has seen in 2,000 years, they're gonna have no idea what it actually looks like, what information it contained.
And this is the sacrifice. Deciding which way to take this.
I mean, the easy road is selling it and getting the money.
We're not selling it.
We
Well,
can't
obviously,
sell it.
that's what I'm saying.
Carmen could, he can suck it. He's the one that made a deal with those guys anyway. We can figure out a way to.
How much money did you say he needed?
It was like 10,000 or
What
something.
would he be sucking? I am confused.
I don't think he told us how much he owed them.
If I were a man, I would have
Did?
certain
Okay,
parts
write it down.
that I don't
Yeah, it
have
was
because I'm a
either
woman.
10,000 or 20,000.
Those would be the parts that he would be sucking.
On you? But you are not a man.
Right. Imagination.
Metaphorical.
Yeah.
Ah,
Overview.
I understand the metaphor, yes.
Yeah.
Laura has learned the metaphors.
Even though it's like a pleasurable act, it's almost like an insult if you tell somebody to suck it. Because it's like you're
Strange
dominating them.
customs
Yep,
in your realm.
that is true.
So,
Get out more.
the thing is though,
I forgot about
we might also be able to find followers of John's Dark.
Have you ever run into any before today?
Have we ever looked for any before today?
I think they're pretty. They stand out. Do they all? I mean, I guess they don't all go.
Do not follow
Do they-
Drop
That would be like
well, I
saying
mean,
that all followers of Lady Sylvana look the same.
Just saying. I don't know how easy it is to find them.
I'm just throwing out ideas.
Are most followers of your father your siblings?
No.
Do you know where there are any followers of your father?
No. Not on your realm.
Do you know how many siblings you might have?
No.
Okay.
She's been birthing them for 1,000 years.
Yes,
Who
Laura's
does?
wasn't to, because now the world is coming to realizations
So at least 1,000.
that immortal was learning things.
It's lots of processes.
Well, can we like decide on the way back? Let's just take this book.
Well, I will bid you all a farewell.
It was lovely meeting you. Thank you
You
for
as well.
Enlightening us.
yes,
Enlightenment is always good.
yes,
I always prefer the truth.
yes.
Farewell. As you wave and turn to leave, you turn and you find yourself standing in the doorway of
Is he
the.
gone?
You're standing in the doorway of the temple,
Like the archway?
at the archway, looking out into the lake ahead. of
I
you.
turn till I say something to him, but he's not there. Hey, that was weird.
I'm immediately scanning everything to see if there's anything.
You see Wyvern flying.
The same one. What time of day is it? Does it look like a lot
Like,
of
how much time has passed? Does it seem like?
It seems like you guys have been gone like 10, 15 minutes.
So it's so boring.
Like, yeah.
Val is
Afternoon.
fucking silent as she just starts to walk back down the stairs out of temple.
And as you walk back down the stairs, we will end tonight's session.
Yowzas. Yowzas indeed.
A few announcements. We have new followers as of today. So Polar Knights, Rye Malfunction, I don't know, or Raven Scare 420 and Mind
Now
Flayer.
you know my pain.
Thanks, God. Mind Flayers, INFL, all following the channel now. So all together.
Yay.
One of us! One of us! One of us!
Alright, guys. Pleasure having you. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We will see you all back here next week. You can tune in to Natural One on Sunday, where the voice of God way back over there is going to run his campaign.
Big stuff is happening.
Tune in Monday for Danny's Minds with the Ministry. And keep your eyes on social medias. Things are coming your way.
Yeah.
That's what
We will be rating our good friend Cutright.
Cut right.
Cutright momentarily. So make a lot of noise when you get there. Hang out with him, give him a follow, and show him some love. Hang around for a little while, or head back to the channel where we will be playing the rerun momentarily.
Yep. All right, everybody. Thank you. Good night.